Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you as always. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey, the Dee IceCats, the opponent once again tonight as the Thunderbirds go for a back-to-back two-game sweep here on the weekend of the IceCats. Last night it was a 5-3 win here on home ice. The Thunderbirds in the win, improving to 4-7 on the season. They're now 2-1 in the head-to-head series against the IceCats. These two teams will see each other a lot this season, and already several games. This will be the fourth meeting of the year. The IceCats will be back here in 2 weeks. That's the Thunderbirds' next home game following tonight's game, as Twin City's on the road next week with games against Danbury and Binghamton, and then Friday night, 2 weekends away, it's a road game against the Dee IceCats. First time that we will go to Florence this season, and the IceCats are back up here on Saturday night. And so last night it was a hat trick for Zach White, first hat trick by a Thunderbirds player this season. 14-9 shots on goal in the first period, 15-7 in the second period last night, 12-12 in the third period, and the Thunderbirds outshot the IceCats 41-28. Zach White scored 2 goals in the second period, even strength, to give the Thunderbirds a 2-0 lead in last night's game. There were no goals by either team in the first period. And then a shorthanded goal for the IceCats, an even strength goal towards the end of the period at 18:57 in the second period. It was 2-2 after 2 last night, and a really entertaining second and third period. John Butita scored a massive goal at 5:57 early on to give the Thunderbirds a lead. Then they got an even strength goal at 17:48. The hat-trick goal for Zach White. Gus Ford and Roman Kramer assisted on that play. Petey got one late in the final minute with an extra attacker and a power play. And so it was a 6-on-4 goal. Jan Salak scored into an empty net, and that's how it looked last night. Boris Babic picked up the win in goal. For Babic, his third victory of the season, his 37th of his FPHL career. We'll get to the full lineup for tonight's game, and here's what it looks like. On the top line, it'll be Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and Jacob Schnapp. He moves to the right wing side on the top line for tonight's game. Michael Mania is with Jan Salak and Yuri Pastuka on the second line. The third forward line tonight will be Liam Blomquist, centered by Nate Keeley and the captain, John Butita. Dion Demke will be the extra forward in the lineup. He may go back and forth, but he's listed as a forward. On defense, it'll be James Farmer with Cade Hanley. That's the top pairing. Pairing number 2 will be Don Carter along with Timothy Smirnov. The third pairing is Luke Dobles, who returns after a 1-game suspension, 2-game suspension that he served 1 game of last night. So Luke Dobles is back in the lineup for this group, and he's on a pairing with Josh LaBelle, who had a really good debut effort last night with the team. Dyson Skinner will be the goaltender for the Thunderbirds tonight. As I mentioned, Boris Babic won the game last night. It'll be Dyson Skinner in tonight's game. All right, so we'll take a look at the standings following the victory last night and 3 points that went on the board for this team. The Thunderbirds went from 6th to 5th. They were in a tie with Biloxi, and so now we see Twin City with 12 points on the season in 5th place in the Continental Division. It's still Athens at the top with 29 points, Monroe in second with 19. Columbus also has 19 points. Then it's PD with 16 points. They are directly in front of the Thunderbirds. 9 points for Biloxi and 4 points for Baton Rouge. We go to the Empire Division, as the Thunderbirds will see 2 teams from the Empire Division next week on the road. And one of those teams is leading the division, of course, the Black Bears, who have been very good in past seasons. 32 points leading at the top of that division. Port Huron with 27, Topeka with 17. Then it's down to Danbury. That'll be the Thunderbirds' next opponent following tonight's game. They'll play there the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday of next week. It's Blue Ridge in 5th place, Watertown in 6th, and Indiana in 7th. We'll have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard report, and so far no games going on. We have the early start for tonight's game, and so we will have a look at the schedule that's on tap tonight. So it's our game coming up at 6:05. Binghamton will play Danbury, Biloxi with Columbus, and that's a 7:05 start time, a 7:30 start time for Port Huron and Blue Ridge. Athens at 7:05 Central, and so that's 8:05 here. And Topeka playing Baton Rouge as Athens has that matchup with Monroe. Those games are each at 8:05. And then finally, we'll have a look at the team leaders entering tonight's game here during the pregame show. And on the left side, you see Gus Ford leading the way, 18 points. He had 3 assists in last night's game. Second star of the night, Josh LaBelle with 15 points, as he is now playing in his second game, but already amassing points throughout the season before he got here. And then Zach White with 15 points. We see the statistics for the goaltenders. It'll be Dyson Skinner tonight, a .376 goals against average, a .910 save percentage. Boris Babick, as he collected the winning goal last night, improving to a .429 goals against average, an .880 save percentage. On the other side, Patrick Marcinkiewicz has 19 points on the season with 9 goals and 10 assists. Dominic Marcinkiewicz with 7 goals and 9 assists for 16 points. And Houston Wilson with 16 points, 6 goals, and 10 assists. Ricardo Gonzalez was very good last night, but not good enough as the Thunderbirds picked up the win. And his statistics fell to a .354 goals against average, an .863 save percentage. And then Matt Sales, only 1 game of work so far this year, a .30 goals against average, a .936 save percentage. So that's what it looks like as we continue on here with our pregame show. We thank you so much for tuning in. We will step aside for the first time here in the broadcast. This will be about the standard media timeout time, so about a minute and a half. And then when we come back, we will have the entrance for this team. We will have the starting lineup and get going for the first period. But the fans continue to file into the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena tonight, and we thank you for tuning in and joining us. As coming up next, we'll have the Dee IceCats to face off against the Thunderbirds, and Twin City looking for 2 wins here on the weekend.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. We thank you for joining us on this Saturday night. The Thunderbirds will be back here in 2 weeks to face off against this same Dee IceCats team. The puck drop for that game will also be 6:05, but after tonight's game, 3 consecutive road games. And as I was going through the schedule last night, several home games coming up in the month of December. This is, of course, the last home game of the month of November, but home game on the 6th of December against PD. Back-to-back games against Columbus on home ice on the 12th and the 13th. Another Saturday night home game against the IceCats on the 20th. And then the New Year's Eve game on Wednesday the 31st against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. There's several teams in the league that will play this Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. The Thunderbirds not one of those teams, and so this will be their last game of the weekend and their last game until they're in Danbury coming up next week on Friday night. So we'll see what we get in tonight's game, but I think I spoke with several fans after the game last night, and the general consensus was this team played pretty well. And I mentioned, there's always things to clean up. I think, this group, for as many power play opportunities as they got last night, they certainly would have liked to score a couple more times on the power play. I think that's one area that they could look at, but they gave up the shorthanded goal in the second period, but the IceCats have scored more shorthanded goals than any team in the league this season. In fact, they have 5 of them now, and no other team in the league even has 4. You have to go to 3 as the next best production when down the man on the ice. So their 5 even shorthanded goals lead the league. And that certainly gave them some momentum in the second period last night, but the Thunderbirds did a really good job here on home ice. That goal from John Butita, I think, was the biggest goal in the hockey game last night that gave them that 3-2 lead at the time. Zach White giving the team the lead in the second period, building on that. Those are certainly big moments in last night's game. And Boris Babic was good. I thought he had good control of the game, and he was rewarded with a victory at the end of the night. That was good to see for him. The 3 stars last night's game was Zach White, the first star, Gus Ford, the second star, and John Butita was the third star of the night. Slapshot night is the promotion for tonight's game. We had the superhero night here in the building last night, and we are just moments away from getting going tonight. Looking forward to another one between these two new rivals as the IceCats playing out of Florence for the first time this season. And they'll be looking for their 6th win of the season. They have a record of 5-4-1. They are 2-3 away from home ice this season. The Thunderbirds in the win last night improved to 4-3 here in this building. Twin City has not won on the road this season, so they'll be looking to put 2 wins on the board next weekend when they are behind enemy lines playing Danbury and Binghamton in back-to-back games. But I mentioned they've now taken 2 out of 3 against this PD team. Power play entering tonight's game, 8 of 54. The penalty kill is 28 of 44. And the Thunderbirds find themselves in 5th place in the Continental Division standings and 11th in the league overall. The IceCats with a power play of 14 of 56. That's 25%. That's the best power play in the division. The penalty kill also very good, 47 of 51, 92.2% on the season. The power play at 25.0 and the penalty kill at 92.2 for PD. They are 4th in the division and 7th in the league standings. I mentioned the goaltending swap for the Thunderbirds, and that's what we've been seeing here in the last few weekends with each goaltender getting a game. And that's not been the case for the IceCats. They have been riding Ricardo Gonzalez, and they're going to go back to him again tonight. So it will be number 30, Ricardo Gonzalez, and number 31, Dyson Skinner, the goaltending matchup as we see Coach Harry and his support staff hit the ice. And of course that means we are just moments away from getting our pregame festivities underway. They turn the floodlights on and they begin to let the smoke fill the rink. And the Thunderbirds will be out on the ice shortly. As always, we will have the national anthem for you, which is presented by the American Elevator Company, Geico Winston-Salem starting lineup. And we will hear that live, but we can tell you that it will be the top line tonight. That's Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and Jacob Schnapp. Zach White is not playing this evening. And so that's the top line of the forward position. They will start the game as part of the Geico Winston-Salem starting lineup. The starting defensive pairing will be Josh LaBelle and James Farmer. And again, the goaltender this evening will be Dyson Skinner. Skinner was a great guest on the Coach Harry Show a couple of weeks ago. We had Michael Mania on the show this past week. And Boris Babic is scheduled to be the guest at Little Italy on Tuesday. It's a holiday week next week, but we're still having the Coach's Show, the Coach Harry Show at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. So if you're able to make it out for that, we hope to see you then as the officials make their way out on the ice. And here they come. The officials for tonight's game, it's referee Brian Cole, referee Mike Ziegler. And then the linesmen will be Jason Messamore and Terry Patzel, who will wear 35 and 5. The referees have 34 and 45 on. Head coach Steve Harrison for the Thunderbirds. Head coach is Gary Graham for the IceCats. The Thunderbirds will be in their black sweaters tonight that they wear on home ice. And we should see the IceCats head out next. And here they go, led by their goaltender, Ricardo Gonzalez. They turn the lights out, and we know what that means. The Thunderbirds moments away from stepping out and looking to defend home ice, looking for a victory for the second night in a row here on the weekend. It was 5-3 last night, and for the first time this season, Twin City goes for a back-to-back weekend sweep of an opponent. As we always do, ladies and gentlemen, we will find out together if they can accomplish that mission here tonight. Moments away as the Thunderbirds will hit the ice next.
I can go like in the back shop whenever I want to. Like where they have like all the
And here they come.
He also received America's
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the Pine Tree Tavern first period. It's Thunderbirds hockey. Once again, we thank everyone for tuning in. We're going to have a ceremonial puck drop in the corner, and we'll tune in for that now before we get things going for the first. It'll be centerman Gus Ford to take the opening face-off of tonight's game. The Thunderbirds and the Black Sweaters will attack right to left here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. All right, tonight's game is underway. PD immediately wins the opening face-off. They fire in quickly, and it's a save made by Dyson Skinner. And so Skinner already with one save, just about 5 seconds gone by in the game. Still onside for the IceCats. Long shot goes fluttering wide of the net. Josh LaBelle looks to clear it here. Across the zone, they'll stay to the near side for now. PD bumps it down low. And they go to work with Dee IceCats all the way around the zone. Up top, long shot again off the glass. So just 35 seconds gone by in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. The Thunderbirds will locate it, and they'll move it down the ice. All the way into the corner, and they're going to call this for icing. And so it's our opening stoppage of the game with 19:19 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Tonight we had the national anthem presented by American Elevator Company. Geico Winston-Salem had the starting lineup for the Thunderbirds. This is the Pine Tree Tavern first period. We'll have the Flow second period, the Culver's third period. 3 stars tonight will be presented by Atrium Health. And then we've got the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill, which we hope that, like last night, we'll not have to call that too often throughout the game. But the Thunderbirds were good on the PK last night. They gave up the power play goal with under a minute to play, but as I mentioned earlier, it was the extra attacker that was out there, made it a 6-on-4. There's Jacob Schnapp at center ice as he draws into the top side of the lineup on the top line tonight with a check to Charlie Bedard. Back behind the net. IceCats will look to center it. They do, and they miss on the pass down low. Another shot by Bedard, and this one is swallowed up by Skinner. So we have 18:47 remaining in our Pine Tree Tavern first period. IceCats and the Thunderbirds will each make changes. That was shot number 2 officially of the night for PD. 8 career goals for Bedard, who threw that one on goal. Face-off goes by Gullo. It's found by Miguel Diaz, and they fire one just wide of the net. Miguel Diaz scored last night, shorthanded goal. That put the IceCats on the board. It's into an open corner from Lord. Out through center and moved down from the Thunderbirds. This time no icing called, and so we play on. So they'll set up here behind the net. Ricardo Gonzalez, who's in the lineup for the second night in a row here on the weekend. It's been almost all Gonzalez this year in goal for this team. And the Birds fight for possession along the center ice red line when I think a hand pass called there, and it was. So a stoppage with 18:06 left to go in period number 1. As we always do each and every night, we'll keep you updated on what's going on around the league on the out-of-town scoreboard report, but we do have this early start at 6:05 compared to the other games, and so the Saturday home games start at 6:05, but no game until 7 o'clock around the league, so this is the only one going on for a while. We thank you for tuning in. Thanks for joining us this evening. We're back with the Thunderbirds looking for it here in the attacking area. As Nate Keeley briefly had it, then it goes into the near side corner. The IceCats will find it, they'll flip it out from there. Cade Hanley racing back, looking to get to it, and he does. He'll park himself behind Dyson Skinner. Skinner with a 3-3 record in his FPHL career, 6'1", 190 of Billings, Montana. Thunderbirds drop it in from the neutral zone with just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the game. Across it goes, inside the line. And here's Razalov. Razalov will fire across, and they look to enter. IceCats have it down low here. Look out, they fire one off the far side post. That drops down. Danny Zychik goes high in the zone. Now Razalov couldn't hold the line, and so he has to pull the plate back out to center. Here's a hit from Jacob Schnapp, another one, as he says hello to Danny Zychik. Schnapp flying around out there, 50 career goals for him. Here's LaBelle. Josh LaBelle to play it out towards the center ice logo. Found though by the IceCats. Another check from Schnapp. And they call this back for an offside just over the blue line. So we have a stoppage with 16:44 remaining in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Thunderbirds won for the 4th time this season. 4th time on home ice last night, improving to 4-7. The IceCats are 5-4-1. And they will head home for 4 consecutive games on home ice following tonight's game. Face-offs outside of the Thunderbirds' defensive territory, and it's pulled back into the defensive zone. As a pass from Smirnoff finds its way to Don Carter. Out towards center. Here's Smirnoff to play it again. And finally onside from Mania. Michael Mania wipes it down low, and play is stopped back behind the net. They've got linesman talking to Houston Wilson. And so we'll have a face-off outside of Twin Cities attacking territory. Jan Salak out there with Yuri Pastuka and Michael Mania at the forward position. Don Carter and Timofey Smirnoff on defense. Thunderbirds looking for it here. They'll find possession. You hear the tap of the stick as they look to slide it across the zone, but it's found back behind the nets. And lifted to the near side. There's a check. Here's Just to play it through center. And so back and forth we go. Mania fires across. And I think looking to the bench maybe for a change, but it's PD with it. Here's Wilson. He's open, shoots one. Skinner makes the save. Far side post. Look out, here could be trouble. They turn the light on. That didn't go in, though. They'll try it again, and this time it leaks through. And it's the opening goal of the night. IceCats are on the board. 15:49 left to go in the opening 20 minutes here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Well, Dyson Skinner survived that first surge towards him, and they went to the far side post. And it finds its way in. Just slides slowly over the line. And it's the first goal of tonight's game. IceCats never had the lead last night. And they are off and running here. They're out shooting the Thunderbirds at 4-0. And they lead it 1-0. So Houston Wilson has his 6th of the season. Here they come again in from center. Look out. A shot that just went wide of the goal. Dyson Skinner was sort of backing up towards the net, towards the goal line in his net. And he watched that one go into the corner. Here come the Thunderbirds looking to tie it up. It's Keeley. Onside holding on to it. It'll go high in the zone of Farmer. Farmer waiting. Hanley. Hanley chips it down into an open corner. Back around towards the near side boards again. Let's see if the Thunderbirds can find it. Farmer, a slap shot that just goes wide of the goal. Still onside. Farmer looking for his first point of the season. He has 4 career goals and 31 assists in the FPHL. This is his 119th career game. Out to center. IceCats will find it from there. Back for Farmer. He plays ahead. Butita now looking for his Kramer. Good move to get around Miguel Diaz. Here's Roman Kramer with it now. 3 goals on the year. Far side corner. Kramer with 13 points. They throw it in front of the net, looking for a play from Gus Ford. Found, though, by the IceCats, and they move it out of the zone. Schnapp with a bump there at center. In on goal, and Skinner has it. No further play. And so that will take us through the opening media timeout of tonight's game, and we'll step aside. We'll be right back. It's the IceCats on the board first. They lead it 1-0.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, two pillows, endless possibilities.
We're back from the opening media timeout of tonight's game. Shots on goal are 6-1 for the visiting PD IceCats. The Thunderbirds down by a goal at 1-0. Defensive end faceoff, and they'll hold it for now. Gus Ford is there ready to take it and win it. But they kick out Danny Zychek. So the IceCats will now send Marcin Kevics in there to take it as they drive one out towards the net. Thunderbirds will find it, and they look to move it through the neutral zone. It's Kramer looking to swing a pass near side as going down there was Gus Ford. He stands back up. He had a hard collision with the end wall. And hopefully everything's all right there. They shoot it down the ice back behind the goal for Skinner. And then the Thunderbirds will see it bounce around out in front of the net here. Dangerous territory. And Marcin Kevics gives a pass up top. They continue to work here. They'll look to shoot. They pass it instead, and it goes wide. That chance into the near side corner. Chopped at by Gus Ford as he looks to move it out to center. And the Thunderbirds will make some swaps. Shots are now 7-1. This is Dominic's Marcin Kevics to it as he gives to Patrick's Marcin Kevics. Back to Dominic's. Shooting one. Save made by Skinner. It's free. And out of the side of the net, they'll find it from there. Back behind the goal. 8th shot of the night goes on the board. Thunderbirds down by 1. They won it here last night 5-3. Here comes Mania. Mania zips across the zone and he draws a penalty. And so Twin City will head to the power play for the first time tonight, down by a goal, looking to tie the game. Thunderbirds will be in search of power play goal number 9 on the season. It's Jake Jurgenite who will be whistled for the infraction, and he skates away. So Jurgenite will head to the box. It'll be a 2-minute minor penalty. And the Thunderbirds will head to the power play, 5-on-4 man advantage. As I mentioned the stat last night, the IceCats very good on the penalty kill. They improved to 47-51. They've only allowed 4 power play goals against when on the kill this season. Thunderbirds win the faceoff here on the power play, and here we go. We'll see if Twin City can tie this game in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. They throw it in front of the goal, scooped up by Ricardo Gonzalez. No problems there. And a stoppage with 13:06 left to go in period number 1. 1:53 left on this 5-on-4. Shots are 8-2. Left circle face off. Thunderbirds win it again. Nicely done. Pistuka shooting a long one, and that one had some heat behind it. It goes rising over Gonzalez, falls down, and the Thunderbirds continue to work here on the power play. They nearly gave it away. Pistuka has to backtrack into the defensive territory. Back behind the goal. Yuri Pistuka. There's a swap made with Keeley and Mania going off. Now to the near side, they'll swing it along. Timothy Smirnov goes back behind. On the pass, it's Schnapp up the left wing. Onside, he hits Jan Salak in the skates. And Salak will look to find it here in the near side corner. He is sitting on career goal 149, so it'll be 150 for Salak the next time he lights the lamp. Across they go, Pistuka near side to Schnapp, and he tried to bump it across the zone. He did, but no one was over there to play it. As the hometown fans here in Winston-Salem get a Let's Go Thunderbirds chant going. Twin City down by a goal, 12-10 remaining in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Back behind the net. This will be Pastuca in the defensive end, loading up with one last push down the ice on the power play. We'll see if they can gain entry and keep it onside from there. It's Smirnoff towards the goal, covered up by Gonzalez. That brings us to a stoppage. 11:56 now remaining in the first period. That was the third shot of the game officially for the Thunderbirds, as Smirnoff got it to Schnapp, and we'll see what the five-player set looks like here. It's going to be Gus Ford with Don Carter, Jacob Schnapp, Josh LaBelle, and Roman Kramer. There's the face-off down into the corner. They'll fight for possession. PD has it with Patrick Marcinkiewicz, and he's able to clear it. So he moves it out. And back into the defensive end here. The netminder Skinner will leave it back behind inside the goal line. And the Thunderbirds work from there. Onside, they center one, and it just went wide. That was Gus Ford looking to tie the matchup. PD finds it quickly, and they clear. Good play in from the neutral zone that time as Ford went crashing towards the goal with speed. Now only 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jurgenite. He's now standing in the penalty box and will soon rejoin his teammates. Here come the Thunderbirds quickly. Just along the blue line, back out to center. Mania plays from there, and the IceCats will kill it off. It's 5-on-5 again. Here they come. Onside, Marcinkiewicz gives the pass. Down low they go with it. They center here, and Skinner has this one. And that sends us to a stoppage with 10:59 left to play in the opening 20 minutes. And so for the first time this weekend, we have a goal in the first period. These two teams were held off the scoreboard last night. Dustin Gisso from Houston Wilson. I think they originally maybe announced Wilson. That's what I heard anyway. But they have scored this one to Dustin Gisso officially at 4:11 on the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Even strength scoring play to put the visitors in front by a goal. From the face-off, we'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it, move it out to the neutral zone, and here they go. It's Yuri Pastuca. Now Jan Salak nearly had it taken away, but he holds on to it and skates it towards the near side corner. Out in front of the goal and pushed softly by Gonzalez as he wants his teammates to play it in front of him. Eli Rivers had it briefly, played it to the far side, then gave up possession. Back and forth we go, and it's back to the IceCats. Played by Trevor Lord of Hamilton, Ontario. He shoots it onside and gathered up by the goaltender Dyson Skinner. 10:25 now left to play in the opening 20 minutes. Turnover here, and from the giveaway, it's the IceCats holding on to it with Bedard. Bedard goes across, quick pass, long shot. Skinner has it. No further play. And so it's another save of the matchup here for Dyson Skinner. The shots on goal volume starting to rise for the IceCats. We're not even halfway gone by in the first period. We have 10:16 left in the opening 20 minutes. And the IceCats already with 12 shots on goal, and so they are tracking to have 24, maybe 25 shots on net in the first period. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can limit those opportunities as the period goes along. Nate Keeley to the face-off circle, and it's one away from him. The IceCats have it, looking to go up by 2. Long shot, and it goes wide of the net. From the corner, it's nearly played by the Thunderbirds. They overskated it, now they have it again with Butita. Throws it towards the goal, looking for something good to happen, and he was trying to find a deflection there. Twin City with it. They'll have it in the corner, far side, just behind the goal line. We've crossed over the halfway point in the period. And now with 9:47 left to go in the opening 20 minutes. Up and out of play. That should send us to a media timeout, and it will. So a stoppage with officially 9:43 to play in the period, with the IceCats still leading by a goal. We'll step aside and be right back.
Best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
Every car gets warning lights, but did you know the color actually means something too? Red indicates an issue that requires immediate attention. Orange indicates a less urgent issue, like a vehicle service requirement. Blue and green give you information on lights and indicators. The more you know with Flow.
And we're back from the media timeout. The IceCats still leading in this game by a goal at 1-0. Dustin just so scoring at 4:11 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Defensive end face-off for the Thunderbirds. They will find possession, looking to clear it by way of Luke Dobles. Dobles did not play last night, serving the final game of a suspension, and so he returns to help out his group tonight. Wears number 27 this season, and he plays it now. Goes back behind the goal line, just out of the reach of LaBelle. And the Thunderbirds will chip it down the rink, and they'll beat out this icing whistle. A good hustle there from both Dion Demke, as he'll find it and play it ahead. And Nate Keeley, who's run into from behind. Penalty will be called here. And that's going to put the Thunderbirds back to the power play. 9:08 left to go in the period. Twin Cities down by 1, but they'll have another chance here on the man advantage. Last night's game was a 5-3 win, but the Thunderbirds did not score on the man advantage. They're 0 for 1 so far tonight, and they'll try to get on the board and tie the game. And so it's a penalty to Jurgenite again. This will be his second in the opening frame. So it's a 2-minute call to number 5, Jurgenite. He's seated in the box, and we're nearly ready to go. Here on the power play. Far side circle. And it's down. The Thunderbirds will hold possession on the man advantage. LaBelle throws it towards the goal, and it goes to the far side corner. Made its way all the way through somehow. And a diving effort high in the zone just inside the blue line to move it down the rink from Nick Gullo. So the IceCats have cleared it. Thunderbirds quickly back on side with Ford. Here comes Gus Ford shooting one. Pass save made by Gonzalez. And once again, the IceCats will find it, and they will clear. Twin City sets up from the defensive end with LaBelle. LaBelle will slide it across to Jacob Schnapp, and now Roman Kramer. Kramer shooting one. Pass save made by Gonzalez. He looks on at the left shoulder. Plays back behind him. Now it's to the near side post. We'll see if Twin City can find it. They do. Kramer in front he goes. And it's a save made, but it was free after that. And the Thunderbirds get it again. Don Carter. LaBelle called for it. He got it. Faked his drive. Gave it back to Carter. Here's Kramer. Roman Kramer to Josh LaBelle. Open. Shooting. Scores! Tie game! Josh LaBelle has scored for the third time this season, but his first with the Thunderbirds. LaBelle joining the team this weekend after being acquired in a transaction with the Danbury Hat-Tricks, who Twin City will see in their next game. And LaBelle already off to a hot start, put together a good game last night in his debut, and he lights the lamp here in the first period to tie the game at 1. We're back as the Thunderbirds will fire onside. They look for another one here, chopping it just in behind the goal of Gonzalez. Shots are 8-12 favoring the visitors. As we have a stoppage with now 7:49 to play in the period, and we'll sit back and let you listen to the goal announcement. And so it's LaBelle from Kramer on the power play. Michael Mania has taken a slashing penalty. And so for the first time this evening, we will now see the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill for the Thunderbirds in this tie game. 1-1. Face-off is to our right, and it's taken and won by Twin City and fired down the rink by Yuri Pastuka. So down he goes, and just a few seconds gone by on the power play. IceCats have to regroup from the defensive end, and they'll do that. They'll slide it to the far side, and we'll see if Twin City can get it again. PD has it with Wilson, and he throws it across the crease. No one there. They look to go back in front of the goal. Instead, the Thunderbirds will force the IceCats out wide. Then a one-timer swallowed up by Skinner. So 7:16 now left to go in the first period, and 1:27 remaining on the penalty to Michael Mania. It's the second minor penalty called against Mania this season. IceCats looking to score on the power play for the 15th time this year. That was the 9th power play goal for the Thunderbirds this season. And guess who scored it? Number 9, Josh LaBelle. We're back with the IceCats winning possession here from the face-off. They fire one, and it goes off the glass. That was Trevor Lord looking to give PD another lead in the game. We're tied at 1 for now. Back into the near side corner. They work it around the zone of the 5-on-4. Just inside the blue line, here's Lord. Back down low they go. Let's see if the Thunderbirds can clear it. They don't have it. To the point. Pickford swings the pass. Near side, it hits Lord in the skates. Into the corner here, Schnapp in a one-on-one battle. He's tied up, and we'll see if they can get it again. And Ford just out of his reach. Goes crashing into Pickford. Here's Lord shooting, and a save made by Dyson Skinner. That one stays out. It's still back behind the goal line, though, and they'll battle for it. IceCats hold the line on the power play. They'll try it again, and they fire it into the corner off a deflection. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in the period. 33 remaining on the penalty, and in front it goes off a deflection, found by the Thunderbirds, and they clear. And so down it goes. And they'll make changes on the penalty kill units. It's Nate Keeley, now James Farmer, John Butita, and Josh LaBelle, who just fired one in on the power play. Out there on the penalty kill. They'll turn and find it. Out it goes. This time it's trapped along the red line by Konstantin Chernik, and so he has to back up as he prevented that one from going the length of the ice on the clear. Mania is standing in the box, and he's back out. Thunderbirds kill it off. It's a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Back on side for Marcinkiewicz. Goes in front, rolling puck, he scores as he settled it and put it in behind Dyson Skinner. And so the Thunderbirds do get the penalty killed off, but it's a even strength goal officially for the IceCats and Patrick Marcinkiewicz to make it 2-1. 5:38 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Center ice face-off following the scoring play from Patrick Marcinkiewicz. 9th goal of the year. He had a quiet 3-point night last night. And forward we go here from the center ice face-off. So back on side for the good guys. The Thunderbirds look to tie the game again. They fell behind by a goal. They tied it up on the power play. And now back down by 1. 5:19 to play in the first period. They'll battle for it near side. Then it goes way across the zone. Crashing in as Timothy Smirnoff couldn't find it. And so the IceCats will clear it. It's Don Carter holding on to it around the boards and out to center. Played by Charlie Bedard. Bedard eventually give it away. Smirnoff to Carter. Wants to return the favor to him. Crossing over the red line. And it's shot forward by Jan Salak. 4 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. They'll throw it in front. Thunderbirds will see it go wide this time. Houston Wilson of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Flips it down the rink. Far side for Smirnoff. He gets to it. Out to center it goes. Thunderbirds applying a two-man pressure in from the red line. And eventually they'll steal it with James Farmer. So Farmer flips it down the rink. Back behind the net. Here's Salak looking to battle for it. He's being held up. You hear what the fans say beneath us. And here's a turnover. A shot on the way. And it goes wide of the goal. And that was Roman Kramer looking to tie the hockey game. Found by Cade Hanley. Hanley from the defensive end. He'll flip it into an open corner. Farmer takes a bump. Gives up possession. Look out. They'll fire it just wide of the goal. As that one was given away by Farmer. He's out there with Hanley on this pairing. Hanley looking to find it across the rink. And now maybe a 3-on-2 in from center. Gus Ford to Roman Kramer. Shoots and scores! Roman Kramer has tied the game at 2. It's his 4th goal of the season, Kramer's 47th of his FPHL career. And the 9th shot of the game will go in for Twin City. All right, face off at center ice as we are back on this Saturday night here at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Josh LaBelle, 11:57 on the power play. Roman Kramer, even strength at 16-14. And they announce it now. IceCats find it in from center. They'll cross back onside. And they'll flutter one into the possession of Dyson Skinner. That'll send us to the media timeout. We'll step aside for the final break of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Thunderbirds fall behind, but it's Roman Kramer to tie the game.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids.
Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from, like, this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
It is a tie game at 2 as we return from the final media timeout of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Josh LaBelle on the power play. Roman Kramer even strength. Kramer with an assist on the power play goal. Gus Ford assisted on Roman Kramer's goal. And there's the face-off, and we are back. It's in the near side corner. The Thunderbirds being outshot 17-10. In front, look out here, and Dyson Skinner makes a nice save. Out towards center. And we'll see if Twin City can find it again. Here's Just So snaps it across the rink. And Skinner thought about going into the corner to play it. He will stay put and let his teammates in front of him do the work for him. So it's Dion Demke looking to play it in from the neutral zone. Demke is an extra forward in the lineup. Typically a defender, but he's been all over the lineup so far this season, playing both forward and defense, and he's listed as the extra forward. But as I mentioned in the pregame show, we might see him move around a little bit tonight. Down to the red line. Thunderbirds search for it. Here is Demke with it. Dion Demke. In front they go, and they try to get a shot from Pastuca. Long-range drive is blocked at the top of the far side circle. Still stays onside here, and then eventually taken aside by the IceCats. It's Trevor Lord. Lord onside with Rivers. Fires. It's blocked. And chopped out to center by Dion Demke. So Demke gets the change. 29th career game for him in the league tonight. And we have now 18 minutes that have been played in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And we're right where we started, tie game. Long flip looking for Mania goes into the near side corner after it was played by Gonzalez. They have 4 goals on the board, 2 for each side. Farmer flips it down low, wanted help from Jan Salak. Now Salak looking to play it along the half wall. Jacob Schnapp attempting to play the puck as he got spun around. Big hit there at center ice from James Farmer. And that will be a nominee for the hard hit of the game that we see on social media throughout the week. Back in behind the cage here. This eventually moved around the zone. There's another one. Farmer involved, but Not back on the play. PD fires and looking to clear it was not. They shoot another one. And the third try goes wide off the glass. Of course, that's the Amonzi granite and hard surface hard hit of the night that I referenced. And we saw a couple of good collisions there. We have 1 minute left to go in the period. And it's out to the neutral zone, eventually found by Josh LaBelle. LaBelle backtracks into the defensive end. He got the scoring started for the Thunderbirds after they fell behind by a goal. Power play goal at 11:57 for LaBelle. 9th power play goal of the season for the Thunderbirds, scored there by number 9. And they're searching for it here in the attacking area. Flipped towards the net. At least Blomquist tried to do that, but then he got squeezed along the boards. Roman Kramer scoring an even strength goal. 2-2 for now as they look to play it in from the neutral zone. Shots on goal are 20-11 favoring the visitors. But we're all square on the scoreboard. IceCats will take it back to the defensive end, back behind the goal. Gonzalez looks on, out towards center, down the rink, played by Gonzalez goaltending counterpart and Dyson Skinner tonight. It was Boris Babbitt last night. Cleared one more time, and that's it for the first period. And so that will do it for the Pine Tree Tavern first period. We are tied at 2. And the two teams will exit to our left. The IceCats go to the door closest to the near side boards here. And all the way across the ice is where the Thunderbirds will go to talk strategy and take a rest during the intermission break. And we will step aside as well, but we'll give you a bit of a recap before we do that of the opening period. By the way, if you're tuning in on the audio side of things or the video side of things, but for our audio listeners, the intermission programming will include the Coach Harry Show interview, part 1, earlier this week. That was back on Tuesday. We'll have part 2 for you coming up in the second intermission break. Same thing on the video side of things. But on the video side, we see the intermission games beginning. And we see our host JJ out there on the mic and things getting going. And so here's what it looks like so far in tonight's game. 4:11, the time of the even strength scoring play for Dustin Just-So. Josh LaBelle, though, tied the game on the power play at 11:57. Patrick Marcinkiewicz gave the IceCats the lead, and back and forth. It's Twin City and Roman Kramer scoring an even strength goal at 16-14. So that's what it looks like on the scoreboard. We had a couple of penalties called there in the first period, 3 of them, 2 against the IceCats, and Jake Jurgenite 1 against Michael Mania at 12-11. We have no scores to tell you about on the out-of-town scoreboard report because we are the only game going on with that 6:05 start time. And so we will keep you updated, of course, throughout the night once those games get moving along. But this has been a pretty good contest so far. Entertaining hockey on this Saturday night. These fans are being treated to. Great game last night. The Thunderbirds won it. Final score was 5-3. And here in the break, the first intermission break, it's a tie game at 2. So we'll step aside. We'll go into our intermission programming. And, of course, you'll have the interview there from the Coach Harry Show. Michael Mania was our guest on the program this past week. That will be during the break. And then we'll come back for the call of the Flow second period. We thank you for tuning in tonight, as we always do. Really appreciate it. This has been a fun one so far. We are tied at 2 after the first period.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate. Two pillows, endless possibilities.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from like this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Coach Harry Show. Thank you. So, Coach, we talked about the Friday night game in Blue Ridge. Now we'll turn around to the home game on Saturday night. We were just talking here off the air, but the whole game, I think, had a much different feel to it the next night. There's no scoring in the first period. No penalties were called in the first period. And in the second period, you get on the power play 3 times. There was the minor penalty, then the major penalty that you scored twice on. But you look at the score sheet at the end of the night, all the damage is done on the scoreboard there in the second period. You win the game. Certainly wasn't over at that point. There was a lot of good hockey that you guys played there in the third and had the empty net at the end that you had to deal with for a full 2 minutes, I think it was. But a much different game and a much different result there on Saturday night.
Well, I just like the way we responded. I don't know if I want to say I challenged the guys, but I think they just we're finding our way. We're trying to put this together, and it's like a puzzle. Sometimes you put a piece in, you think, and you try to jam it in, and it just doesn't work. And so we're trying to put this puzzle together right now, and just some nights it just seems like the puzzle fit, the pieces fit really nice, and other nights it doesn't fit. And that night there, I just like. I like the way we were on the bench. I like the way, just in the dressing room before the game. When you walk in, you can tell where the mood was, and I just kind of had a good feeling. And as I said, we came out, and I liked the first period. I knew it was going to be a good game. They came in. They had a little bit of swagger. They thought, that they had their feathers out that night there after beating us the night before. So. I think they, as I said, the way we responded in the first period, it was a great hockey game. I think both teams played well, but I just like the way we handled things, the way we played together. We had some opportunities. Defensively, I thought we played pretty well. So at the end of the first period, I was very happy that we got out of that period, not down 2-0 like we have been, but just the way we responded.
So second period, Yuri scores on the power play. You get the goal from Whitey and Liam Blomquist. Again, the power play has certainly had its ups and downs so far this season, but it was really nice from my perspective to see them score. I'm sure it was nice for you. Have you been changing anything, or has it just been all of a sudden it's working a little bit more?
Well, I think the guys figure it out, and we've changed some things up. I think Mikey's been on both power plays. We've had Schnappy was out on Friday, and then he's in Saturday. So we had Yuri at the top, then we had Carter at the top. The other power play, we had a couple of different guys down and up and down, and so we really haven't had the consistency of players where they want to be. That's still no excuse. We still got to produce, but we just weren't clicking. We weren't shooting when we should be shooting. We weren't doing some things that you need to do on the power play, and I think with Timu now, Smirnoff coming in, he kind of he's a power play guy. He sees the ice. He's got great vision, and now he's playing with the two checks, and I'm not sure who else right now, but just the way they click a little bit, and he's a heads up guy, and I just like the way they're starting to move and gel together. So no, it was great. Whenever you score 3 power play goals in a game, it's really nice, and as I said, I was glad that it got going, and that'll give us a lot of confidence.
You mentioned Smirnoff, and that's probably a player we should tell the fans about and talk about a little bit. He flew in on Thursday. You add him to the roster on Friday. So I know he was out there floating around this weekend, number 15, didn't have a name bar, and I'm sure some of the fans said, who is this guy? He was a late add of the roster there on Friday. So tell everyone about him and, what you expect him to contribute. And we've already seen him contribute here last weekend.
No, he's a skilled guy, and he's learning the game. He's just a youngster like this one over here, and actually younger, and but he's got some skill. He can skate. He's got some vision, and he jumps up a little bit. He's really offensive in his mind, and so we're going to have to curb that just a little bit at times. But I just love the way he plays, the way he handles the puck, and he's got a lot of confidence with it. So. After 2 games, his ceiling's really high, and actually, the one thing I like about our team, all our young guys. You always talk about when you talk about a player, Mikey. The guys like our younger guys. Their ceiling is really high. There's a lot of room for improvement. Do I like the way they're playing now? Yeah, but there's room for improvement, and sometimes the older guys, they've been here for a few years. What you see is what you're going to get, and that's still pretty good. But as I said, what you're going to see is what you're going to get. I know the young guys are going to improve, daily and get better. So, but Timu is going to be a big part of our team offensively and help push the puck up the ice.
So we go back to the Saturday game, and I know the power play goals is something that everyone's going to remember and think about. I also think about how well Tyson Skinner played in goal for you. I thought that was, I said on the air, maybe the best goaltending performance of either of the 2 that we've had this season. Boris has had some good efforts as well, but I just thought he was completely in control of that game, made 40 saves, and obviously it was a huge piece why you won.
Well, the one thing that was disappointing on Friday night, and to come to his defense, I think, the guys let Boris down a little bit there. We didn't help him out, and and that I even mentioned that in the room. Like you got to help him out there, like with the penalties that we got, undisciplined penalties, and that doesn't help the goalie. And I still thought Boris had a good game. I know he'd like maybe have that one back, but I still thought he had a good game on Friday, and that's no consolation to a goalie. But I even said that in the room that we kind of left him out, out to dry. But to get back to Saturday night, Skins. I think that's the first game I've seen him play this year that he looked comfortable. I don't know. I think I'm not sure actually how many games he's played now, maybe 4, I think. And he just hasn't looked as comfortable as he did last year when he was here. The effort was there, but he didn't look comfortable. And I'm not a goalie guy. I look at the way he is in the net, and the other night there, and I even told him on Monday, I just said, you just look like you're back to yourself, you're more calm, the way he stopped the puck and did things like that. So, and that's the way he played last year. He came in there and really jumped right off the bat and played like that. So maybe that's why we lost him so fast, but he did a great job. And as I said, so far we've had great goaltending. I can't complain about the goaltending. We've done a good job. As I said, unfortunately Friday night for Boris, we left him out to hang out to dry a little bit. But Saturday night, Skins played just a solid game, and that's what we expect out of them. It's not like I think we expect that every game out of them, and so far we've got, as I said, I know he's turned the ship around, and I think he feels better, which is great.
Mikey, the last couple of weeks you've been able to celebrate a win on home ice on Saturday night with the fans. I know you're new to the lineup this season and still getting to know everyone, and it's got to be nice to be able to celebrate those wins. And what's your experience been so far playing home games in front of these fans?
I mean, at school we didn't really have that many fans, so coming out here, I remember telling my first game I came out here, it was more fans during the pregame than my actual games, and I was like, holy shit, this is something different. But no, it's amazing going around after tapping the glass and everything, and we get a lot of support from fans and boosters and stuff, and to win in front of them and stuff is really good to like give back. But it's an amazing atmosphere and everything behind us. Love it.
Coach, before we move on, and we're going to get some fan questions, get to know Mikey a little bit better in the next segment, but before we move on, and we'll talk about the games coming up this next weekend as well, any last thoughts on Saturday night on the games this past week?
Well, we're building the house. That's the best way I can reference about a team coming together. We're building the house, and we're starting to get the foundation going here a little bit. Saturday, I still think we could have played better in the third. And with that saying that, it was still pretty good. But the guy behind the bench with the tie on sometimes wants things to be perfect, and if you don't want that, then shame on me. But as I said, I still think we're learning how to finish games off the way we should finish off, and that's the process. That's a process. You have to learn how to win as a team. You have to know not just win. Like we've won a few games, but we've won big most of the time. We've scored 5 goals, or and that, and now when it's a 3-0 or 3-1 hockey game, you got to know how to finish that off, and that's a whole different mindset. And until you go through it, I thought we handled it pretty good. Was it the way I wanted it to be all the time? No, but as I said, it's getting better. You look at our team the last couple of years here, we're going in the game 3-0 at the end of the second period, and basically you could have gone home because you knew it was probably over the way we normally would play. So, and that's the way we want to get to. And until you go through it, this is a different group. Until you go through it as a group, you don't know how you're going to handle it. And as I said, for the most part, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And as I said, we're pushing to where the coach loves it. And as I said, that's just something that the more we do it, the better we're going to feel about ourselves and have the confidence into finishing it off. So, as I said, Saturday was, at the end of that game, as Mikey said, the guys going around tapping on the glass, that's a great feeling. And those are the things you don't want to lose. And so that's an even more motivation, like to do the things the right way. So you get that that pat on the back. I don't know if it's a pat on the back, but just that emotion that you want to have at the end of the game.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
Hello and welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey, and they are ready for the Flow second period. The Thunderbirds hit the ice now, and next come the IceCats. Well, an entertaining opening 20 minutes of play in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. 4 goals scored. 2 for each team. A scoring play at 4:11 of the period for Dustin Jusso to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. Thunderbirds answer back with a power play goal from Josh LaBelle at 11:57. Roman Kramer collected the assist there on the power play goal from LaBelle. 1-1. But then the IceCats went back in front at 14:22. Patrick Marcinkiewicz scoring, Timur Razilov on the assist. And the final goal of the first period scored by Roman Kramer, assisted by Gus Ford at 16:14 to bring us to a 2-2 tie. Shots on goal during the opening 20 minutes were 17-11, as it shows on the online scoring system. Here in the building, we see it at 20-11 through period number 1. No penalties carry over, and so the middle period, the Flow second period, begins even strength at 5-on-5. We hope you enjoy it. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can take the lead here on home ice on this Saturday night. And the middle period is underway after a brief stoppage there right before the face-off. Quickly driven in from the neutral zone to Dyson Skinner. Skinner deals with it and turns it away. Far side for Roman Kramer, looking to move it out. And eventually swatted out to center. Kramer on a one-on-one, and he'll eventually find it. Zone fills up. He has Gus Ford with him. Now Schnapp fills the zone. And half a minute gone by in the Flow second period. Eventually taken back by the IceCats. And here they go. Out towards center. It was Danny Zajac that watched it go eventually behind him, and so the Thunderbirds have room to work from the defensive zone. That's 2 hours left, the Thunderbirds' defensive zone during the Flow second period. Over the blue line, it's chipped onside from Gus Ford along the near side boards now. Once again, it's Zajac. Onside Marcinkiewicz. This is Patrick Marcinkiewicz. They go in front. They fire one in on Skinner, and he's got it. Shots on goal now 22-11, favoring PD. Out-of-town scoreboard report. I mentioned that we have the early start time compared to the rest of the league at 6:05, and so officially no games underway with Binghamton and Danbury about to begin. Biloxi will play Columbus tonight, Port Huron and Blue Ridge, Athens and Monroe, and Topeka on the road to face off against Baton Rouge. Thunderbirds find it from the defensive end. They'll move it out towards the center ice red line. We'll see if Michael Mania can get to it. Yuri Pastuka goes back behind him as he dropped it along, looking for Mania and Salak to play it. Onside from the IceCats, long shot. Easy save from there for Dyson Skinner. And so it's Boris Babic to win his 37th career game last night for this team. Skinner is in search of win number 4 in his FPHL career, 1999 birth year of Billings, Montana. From the face-off, it's fouled by the Thunderbirds. They look to drag it out to the neutral zone, and they do more than that. 3-on-2 as they cross. Oh, and they call this back for an offside. Well, Mania had it, and he had options, either to shoot it towards the goal of Ricardo Gonzalez or pass it around the zone. But it was whistled back due to the offsides. Dyson Skinner played 2 games with the Thunderbirds last season. This will be lifted in from the neutral zone as we're back. Also spent time in the SPHL with Huntsville, Macon, Peoria. 1 game with the Atlanta Gladiators, the ECHL. Onside a chance for the IceCats. They look to shoot it, and they'll miss the pass towards the near side. They had essentially a 2-on-1 there from the top of the circles on in. Couldn't get it to go to the goal there. Pickford, he sends it down low with pressure from Don Carter, looking to take it away for the good guys. We have 2 minutes left, or 2 minutes gone by in the second period. And out towards the neutral zone. So it's chipped ahead. Back down behind the net. See if Blomquist can locate it with 17:42 left to go in period number 2. Onside for the IceCats. They go back behind the net. They center one here, and it was blocked by Hanley. Kate Hanley went down to one knee to get in the way of the shot. There's another block, this time by the stick of Nate Keeley. So it falls down on the far side corner. Back behind the net. And now in the bottom of the circle, they'll look to flip it out. It's along the red line with 17:17 left to go in the second period. And this will be a stoppage with 17:15 now left to go in the middle period. Well, if you're tuning in on the video feed, we've lost it. Now it's back up again, and hopefully we get those problems taken care of as the night goes along. From defensive end, it'll be out towards the neutral zone. And stop there from the blue line and back into the defensive end. So we've got 3 minutes gone by in the second period, nearly 3 minutes at 2:59. And a penalty's been called here, it looks like, from the official. And this is going to go against Timothy Smirnoff. So that's the reason we had the stoppage, and then Smirnoff comes over and takes a seat in the box. So this is going to be a power play for the visitors. From the top of the circle on the man advantage, the IceCats will go to work looking to take another lead in the game. They've had 2, and each time the Thunderbirds have been able to come back and erase that lead off the board. It's 2-2 for now. They go across, one-timer in on Skinner, and he tried to cover it up, but it was cleared by LaBelle. At least he moved it out, but it was not out of the zone. Near side, here's Dominic Marcinkiewicz, and around the boards it goes. Inside the line for Razilov. And they'll fire a blocker to side there from Skinner. Falls down towards the near side corner. Now back behind the goal it goes. 16:21 to play in the period. Thunderbirds find it, and out it goes on the clear. Back behind the net. And eventually played out towards the neutral zone. Here's Dominic Marcinkiewicz as the IceCats continue to work on the power play. Tie game at 2. Good collision and a good clear. Bodies converge. Pastuca found it. Pastuca cleared it. 55 left to go in the penalty with Smirnoff seated in the box. 15:52 left to go in the flow second period. Salak trying to steal it here shorthanded. The IceCats scored a shorthanded goal last night, and the Thunderbirds hoping to do the same this evening. League leading 5th shorthanded goal scored so far on the season last night for PD. If you're joining us earlier, I mentioned that no team in the league has more than 3 other than the IceCats. They got their 5th last night. Just so up the left wing. They'll step onside here. Just 25 left to go in the power play. Goes the far side corner. Pastuca looks on. Down behind the goal line. They'll pass it again. And they'll miss the pass high in the zone to Rivers. And so down it goes. And one last push if they hurry. But Smirnoff's ready to rejoin his teammates here. Thunderbirds find it. And out to center. It's moved ahead by Keeley. So Keeley pushes it along, and it will be a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill for the Thunderbirds. And now we have a whistle and immediate timeout with 14:56 left to go in our flow second period. Shots on goal are 26-11, favoring the visitors. And so if you're listening on the audio side of things, we'll stay here with you. If you're watching on the video board. We will soon see the secondary logo, the alternate logo that has been voted on by the fan base. This was logo number 4 for the folks that were doing the voting, and they unveiled the logo last night, but here for folks that may have missed it, they show it again on this Saturday night game. And so that will be the alternate logo moving forward. The Thunderbirds tied here 2-2 with time counting down on the media timeout. So again, if you're watching, we'll stay here with you live. Thunderbirds being outshot now at 26-11. They score twice in the opening period. And so that's where things stand for now. Tyson Skinner looking to win for the second time this season in goal for the Thunderbirds. I mentioned his professional hockey history last season. He was at Wisconsin River Falls, Division III in the NCAA for 4 years from 2020 to 2024. And we are back. And they'll play in front of him here. They look to fire. Penalty's been called as the IceCats broke towards the goal. And going down was Patrick Marcinkiewicz, and going back to the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill will be the Thunderbirds. This time it's Dion Demke who's whistled for the infraction. From the offensive end face-off here on the power play, the IceCats will look to play it ahead. And, of course, the Thunderbirds will try to win this one, likely into the corner with Gus Ford. PD will want to win it and move it around. Ford wins at the side of the circle. They'll battle for it with Farmer, but it's held onside by the IceCats. Slap shot, and it goes way high in the air off the deflection and finds its way dropping back to the ice. 7 seconds gone by on the Bobo's penalty kill for the Thunderbirds. Tie it up in the face-off circle, see if Gus Ford can locate it. Farmer fishing for it, Schnapp as well, and it's held onside high in the zone by Austin Pickford for the IceCats. They go behind the net, they look to drop it up high in the zone now. They swing it around, top of the far side circle. See if the Thunderbirds can find it. LaBelle looking for it now. Ford, he could have room, he will, and off the backhand, it's cleared down the ice. The goaltender Ricardo Gonzalez will play it here for the IceCats. Pressure there from Pastuca, up and out off the deflection. We have 14-11 left to go now in the Flow's second period. Kendall Grayson with you as always, and it's a tie game here on this Saturday night at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. 2-2 the score with 1:22 left on the power play for the visitors. It'll be an offensive end face-off, though, for the Thunderbirds after they were able to force that puck up and out of play off a deflection. And so that hustle from Pastuca creates this offensive zone face-off. That will follow. The Thunderbirds still short-handed. Out-of-town scoreboard report. We have games now going on around the league other than this one. And Columbus is leading Biloxi by 2 goals at 2-0 in the first period. Patrick Marcinkiewicz knocks it onside. Carter will have room to play it, though, in the far side corner. 13:50 left to play in the middle period. They continue to battle. 4 now, 5-man scrum for it. The IceCats find it. Marcinkiewicz goes in front. Save made by Skinner. Rebounds there. Goes off of Hanley. He's stung by it. And still onside here for PD. They look to take the lead on the power play. Razalov swings it near side. Marcinkiewicz towards the goal. And Dominic Marcinkiewicz sees it, goes down in the corner. Then it's found by the Thunderbirds. And it looks like, I think, a penalty called here for closing the hand on the puck to Jan Salak, and it will be a 2-man advantage for the IceCats. And it's actually 24 Pastuca that they will call and usher over to the box. Salak was arguing on his behalf. Dion Demke is still standing. He has 38 seconds before he can rejoin his teammates. And this is a big moment here for a power play that is 25% on the season. See if the Thunderbirds can survive this. Near side, Marcinkiewicz, they fire towards the goal. Salak is able to reach for it and get to it. And out to the neutral zone it goes. You hear the applause from the fans. They know what a big clear that is. And the effort there from number 16. IceCats are offside, and they stop the play with now 18 seconds remaining on the penalty to Demke. 1:41 left on the penalty to Pestuka. And 13:07 left to go in the second period. Shots are 28-11, favoring the IceCats. Face-off win, and there's the clear from LaBelle. So Josh LaBelle rips it down the ring, and it's Razalov with only 7 seconds remaining now in this 5-on-3 two-man advantage for PD. In front of the goal, played by Schnapp off the backhand, there it goes. And Dion Demke's out of the box. That nearly went in from Gonzalez. He just sort of lazily played it there on the far side post, and that one almost found its way in. I guess he was comfortable where that was, but from our vantage point here, that was probably too close for comfort for any IceCats fans that could be tuning in. Thunderbirds fans sort of erupted right below us. And that was the reason why there. So it's now 55 seconds remaining on a 5-on-4 Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. See if the Thunderbirds can locate this one. Shot block from John Butita. Goes back behind the goal as the IceCats look to pass it around the zone on this 5-on-4. Tie game here in the second period, 2-2. 8 minutes gone by in the Flow second period. Butita finds it and he clears it. And so head coach Steve Harrison holding his hand up, making changes. The penalty killers, it's now Salak out there with Farmer, Schnapp, and Hanley. IceCats onside, perhaps one last time on the power play. Thunderbirds find it, the clear is on, held onside though by Jasso. He moves it quickly across the zone, back to Jasso, holding on to it, snaps it to Rivers. Rivers shoots through a screen, it's blocked. Not out of the zone though. And Pestuka rises, ready to rejoin his teammates. Rivers loads up, shoots it, pinballs just wide of the net. And the Thunderbirds kill it off. 5-on-3 and 5-on-4. 2 back-to-back penalty kills that were successful. And we play on in a tie game. They'll miss the pass. The IceCats do. 2-on-1 if they can catch up to it. And heavy pressure with Pestuka and Salak skating back down the ice. PD was there to make the play just in time. This has been a good game. And the fans can sense that as they continue to be vocal throughout the night here. 10:49 left to go in the period. And played by Timothy Smirnov. Smirnov, he's got pressure behind him. Ford off the backhand, chips it out to the logo at center ice. Played ahead by Charlie Bedard. Bedard drops it back onside for the IceCats. We have 10:32 to play in the Flow second period. Shots are still 28-11 for PD. Tie game at 2. Shot block high in the zone, and the puck goes out to center ice. There's a hit along the red line. Roman Kramer applied the check. Into the corner. And there's a hit to the back of Don Carter. Stays on his skates, though. And here we go with Ford. Gus Ford drops it back to Butita. Butita back again to Smirnov. Steps up. Shoots it. Save made. It falls down. It's covered with 10 minutes left to play in the Flow second period. Each team will make changes. Right circle face-off for Keeley. And the Thunderbirds will win it. They now work even strength 5-on-5. You hear the Let's Go Thunderbirds chant. Here's LaBelle, across, one-timer from Dobles, and it settles down in the corner. They battle for it there. Tie game 2-2. Here's Dobles to hold the line, shooting it. It's off the glass. Big rebound, and backing up was Gonzalez back into the net. That one was a lively bounce off the glass. To center he goes. And the IceCats will look to chop it ahead. They'll pull it back into the defensive end. Now down the ice, they missed the pass, and no icing. Oh, they do call it there. And so this will send us to the media timeout. 9:16 left to go in the Flow second period. It's a tie game at 2, and we'll be right back.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
Tie game at 2. Offensive end face-off on the way for the Thunderbirds here in the middle period as we cross over the halfway point. 9:16 remaining in the period. And shots are 29-12. They'll search for it and find it from the face-off. It's Pastuca to Mania. Mania looks to return it back over to Pastuca. Yuri Pastuca, Jan Salak now searching for it, looking to play it along the far side boards. And it's Pastuca, look to get it back to Salak, and it's covered up by the netminder tonight, Ricardo Gonzalez. He's playing in both games on the weekend for the IceCats. Far side, driven in on goal from the face-off. After the Thunderbirds briefly possessed it, they possessed it long enough to find it and fire a one-timer in from the line. IceCats onside. Here's Lord looking to give them the lead. They shoot. Save made by Skinner. It's down into the far side corner. We'll see if Jan Salak can get to this one. He's tied up, and it goes back to Josh Dobles. Sorry, Josh LaBelle. Luke Dobles, of course. And this will be played ahead by Mania. Josh LaBelle's had a good debut weekend for this team. And I mentioned there Dobles. He's back in the lineup after completing the suspension last night. And this will go back for Hanley to play it. And another stoppage. So icing called against PD. Offensive zone face-off will follow. And looks like maybe this will go. The referee just wants to disallow a change. Taking his time to leave is just so that's giving the IceCats further time to rest their legs, which completely is counterintuitive to the rule there. Still some time standing around. Finally, the puck hits the ice. Hanley fires one, glove save made by Gonzalez, and now the Thunderbirds will once again circle the near side face-off circle, and the IceCats can make their changes. Thunderbirds now with 15 shots on goal, 30 though for PD. Face-off win, Hanley with it, steps up, doesn't fire, gives to Kramer, it finds his way to him somehow. Netminder's out of position a little bit, now he's back in position. And Kramer goes looking for it. Ford finds it, steps up. Gus Ford in front of the net, off the backhand. Shut down by Gonzalez. It falls down towards the far side boards, not out of the zone. And Schnapp throws it down low. And then played again by Gonzalez. Roman Kramer found himself with it all of a sudden after he sort of overskated it, wasn't sure where it was, and eventually went to Gus Ford. Played in the Thunderbirds' defensive end. IceCats had it briefly. Across it goes. Here's Hanley. Hanley throws it in front of the net. And then Hanley given a bump. Found by Schnapp to Ford. Ford steps onside. High in his own way across to Demke. Nearly had it. John Demke swats at it. Goes down behind the line. And the Thunderbirds complete their changes as the IceCats have taken it again. Dominic's Marcinkiewicz back to Patrick's Marcinkiewicz. Makes a couple of moves, and then he's moved off the puck by Nate Keeley. Played by Demke. Could be a 2-on-1 in from center. We'll see if they can hustle. John Butita with it. Has Keeley. Shoots it towards the goal, and it's blocked. Butita goes across the zone. This time it's Don Carter. Carter's bumped into the corner now. Demke. And Carter takes a bump. They throw it in front of the goal looking for Keeley. Keeley will have to go out to the neutral zone eventually to find this one. They look to play it in from center. This will go to the IceCats off a deflection. Up the left wing. They've got Chance Adrian with it. And Adrian goes way across the zone. And they miss the pass to Razilov. Thunderbirds find it. And Butita will wait, then he'll get to the puck and chop it ahead. And it's a four-man swap going on across the rink. That one started rolling on Razilov. He settled it, and then Butita gets his change. And they make the full five-man swap. Played here by Luke Dobles. Dobles shoots it ahead. Josh LaBelle sees it go high in the air, then it's back down to the ice. PD turns it over to Michael Mania. Gives the pass to Salak, looking to give the Thunderbirds the lead. Dropped it back behind him, and it somehow finds its way towards the goal. And it's covered up by the IceCats goaltender Gonzalez of Davison, Michigan. 6 foot, 180, 1997 birth year. Thunderbirds now with 18 shots, so they're starting to ramp up that side of things on the shots on goal count. From the face-off, see if Pastuca can locate it here. It's to the half wall with 5:35 left to go in the period. Now Doble shoots one, blocks. Got to get back at center as he's got all types of pressure to him from Eli Rivers. Thunderbirds have it. It's Salak onside after he found it. It's a bit of an errant pass, but he got back to it. And back to center they go with it. Josh LaBelle goes to find it here in the defensive end. He curls around in the corner and is given away. Thunderbirds have it again, though, with LaBelle getting back to it. LaBelle scored back in the first period, power play goal. And his third goal of the season, first of the year, though, since joining the Thunderbirds. That was at 11:57 of the first period. Under 5 to play here in the second period. So it's played ahead, down the rink into the defensive end, back behind the goal of Dyson Skinner. Found by Cade Hanley, fellow Montana native. Hanley looks to play it and given away. IceCats will look to get it back here. It was swatted at by Schnapp. It's still onside, though, for the visitors. They go back behind the goal. Skinner looks on, near side post now. Gus Ford applying some pressure. And it's Jurgenite up top, then going down was Ford. And a penalty called, and it appears the Thunderbirds will head to the power play. Looks like high sticking will be called. They open up one of the doors, and I think the wrong door opened. So the Thunderbirds will go to the power play when we return. We are in the media timeout, so we'll step aside and be right back.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
Did you know that not changing your engine oil can result in engine failure? Regular oil changes can extend the life of your engine and reduce the risk of engine failure. Schedule your next oil change on the Flow Garage app. The more you know with Flow.
Thunderbirds have 9 power play goals scored this season, including a goal from Josh LaBelle back in the first period. They'll try to make it 10, and if they can do it here with 4:20 officially left to go in the Flow second period, it would give them a 3-2 lead. Right circle face-off, Gus Ford. The good guys have won it. So it's Ford to Kramer, across to LaBelle. LaBelle from the top of the far side circle, steps up, down low, Jacob Schnapp. Now back behind the goal, briefly looked like he was going to go high in the zone. It's found by the IceCats. They'll clear. So it's sent down the rink with speed from Konstantin Chernik. Under 4 minutes now to play in the Flow second period as Ford and LaBelle sort of collided and tried to hop around each other. LaBelle will drop it onside of Jacob Schnapp. It hits him, goes across the rink with a pass, and it's back behind Roman Kramer. Still onside here, though, and Ford will find it. Side of the circle, stolen away by the IceCats. They've got room to work, and they'll try to go one-on-one, maybe a one-on-two. They scored shorthanded last night. They're onside with a chance here, and they drive it towards the goal, but it's a shot block from Josh LaBelle, who went down and stopped the shot, also stopped any pass attempt, and he now rises again. It's back in behind the goal. LaBelle will find it from there with 3:13 left to go in the second period. Now 51 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. They stretch it across the rink in front of the net. Mania wraps in behind, centers in front of the goal. They can't find it. They're searching for it there. And still onside for now. Thunderbirds battle for it. Mania plays it down behind the goal line. And it's in the near side corner. Michael Mania flying into the zone that time. Found by the IceCats. There's room to work, and they clear it. So now just 27 seconds remaining on this power play. IceCats have only surrendered 5 power play goals against them so far this season, including LaBelle's back in the first period. Keeley slams on the brakes. He stops on the right foot. Snow shower follows. They get it to Pastuca. He's open, shoots it. Save made by Gonzalez. No rebound and no further play. 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the Flow second period, and 8 seconds left to go on this penalty. That's showing on the board. Penalty is to number 11. That's Dominik's Marcinkiewicz. He is off for high sticking at 15:40 of the second period. There's been 4 penalties called in the second period. There were 3 penalties called back in the first period. Offensive and face-off late in the power play. Thunderbirds go across, and on the one-timer fanning on it was Timofey Smirnov. Out of the box is Marcinkiewicz. We play 5-on-5 again. And they move it around Farmer. 2-on-1 in from center, potentially in front of the net. There's a play on it. They fire and score. And it's 3-2 with 2:07 left to go in the Flow second period. So after 4 goals were scored between the two teams in the first 20 minutes, there's nothing that's been on the board in this second period until that scoring play there from the IceCats. So they take a 1-goal advantage at 3-2. And the face-off at center that will follow. There's the face-off, the logo at center ice. We are back, but it's the visitors that have taken a 1-goal advantage in this game. Hanley goes to find it in the near side corner. Now Farmer looking for it. And they center across. This one will be found by James Farmer. Farmer looking for Keeley up the left wing. Here they go. Onside, Butita shoots one, blocked. And it rolls around, eventually found by the IceCats. The clear is on. It's not successful. In on goal here off the deflection. And they'll look to find in the corner with Keeley. Drags to the side of the circle. Now back down behind the line. 90 seconds to play in the Flow second period. Thunderbirds down by a goal at 3-2. Keeley goes across, far side corner now. They work from there. Thunderbirds tried to throw it in front to Butita as Blomquist looked to take it aside. It's out to center and played by Hanley just out of the reach of Danny Zychik. So Kate Hanley puts it back onside. 62 seconds left to go in the middle period. Gus Ford takes a hit, stays on his skates. There's a battle with Jacob Schnapp. They're trying to win possession right back for the Thunderbirds. IceCats have room, though. And Houston Wilson plays across the zone. Stepping up is Dobles. Shooting one, and it's back behind the goal. Goes to the far side of the building. Only 43 seconds left now. Out to center ice. Changes being made. Jacob Schnapp waits on the blue line. Gus Ford's open. They snap it along to him. Schnapp to chase it in the far side corner. From the side of the circle, Kramer applies some pressure. And the clear is on. Unsuccessful, still onside. Long shot, glove save made by Ricardo Gonzalez. With now 22 seconds left to play in the second period. Coming up in the second intermission break, we will have a listen to the interview, part 2 of the Coach Harry Show from back on Tuesday. Coach Harry, myself, and Michael Mania. We are live at Dave & Buster's. The Coach Harry Show returns to Little Italy this week at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. From the face-off, it's taken by the Thunderbirds into the far side corner with just 15 seconds left to go in the period. PD finds it. They couldn't clear it. Now it's back behind the net. They'll have room to work with Nick McGill-Diaz, who scored last night. They go in from center ice. One last chance maybe, and that's it for the period. And so we go to our second intermission break with the Thunderbirds down by a goal. The score is 3-2. Shots on goal are favoring the visitors at 31-23. So we thank you for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. It was a pretty high-scoring first period compared to what we just saw there in the second period. Just one goal scored in the middle period. It was netted by the visitors. And Chance Adrian at 17:52. Dustin Jasso and Jake Jurgenite assisting on that play. And so it is a one-goal deficit for the Thunderbirds here after 40 minutes. We'll step aside and be back during our second intermission break. Again, we'll have the programming on the way. And we'll come back and call the Culver's third period for you live. It's 3-2 for PD over Twin City after 2 periods.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
Real life superhero? Who's yours? Why you gone?
My mom and my dad.
Oh my God! Like Tom Brady. I'm not speaking English.
Yes, you do.
Who is your real life superhero?
Superhero?
Yeah. Who's your real life?
My dad.
Yeah. Get that out of my. I don't know. Probably my parents. Yeah, my dad, my mom.
My grandma Ginger. Shout out Grandma Ginger. She watches every game. My superhero is my dad. Dawn White.
Firefighters.
My dad.
You.
Yeah, my dad.
The warden.
My mom. Go mom and dad.
Superhero?
Probably my dad.
Who's your real life superhero?
My mom.
Who's your real life superhero? Probably my parents.
I'm gonna have to say my mother.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Coach Harry Show. I'd like to start by wishing Angie another happy birthday. That's at least 2 this year, Coach. There may be some more.
I can't count. I don't have enough fingers and toes right now to count how many birthdays she's had. Some people like to celebrate birthdays. Some people go a little overboard, but that's okay.
That's all right. Okay, so a lot of these questions are going to be for Michael Mania, our guest tonight. I always like to ask this question just to start. Dial that back a little bit. How old were you when you first started playing hockey? How did you get into hockey?
I started roller hockey when I was 5, and then got into ice hockey when I was 8.
Okay, wow. We have a question here. I'm just going to go through these.
You know, just to kind of like this year here, a coach called me about him and said, you know, are you looking for players? And we were, and he told me, I got a kid for you, and you'll really like him. And the first thing he said was, he's a great person. And so right away I was like, okay, I'm pretty intrigued. And then he says, no, he's also a pretty good hockey player. So both things have come true, and he's come in here so far and brought an energy for us. He does things for us. And the one thing that he's great in the locker room. The guys like him, and as I said, the one thing that he can do is he can play on almost any line, and so it's a great attribute. And like right now, he's playing in a situation, and I can put him with anybody, and he does a great job. And God gave him a pair of legs. As I told him the other day, if I had one of those, I'd be still playing hockey, for God's sakes. So he's got a lot of speed, but he brings us a lot of intensity for us, a lot of energy, and that's what we need. And so far, he's done a great job.
I agree completely. Very nice. So we get this question a lot, Mikey. Who would you not want to room with on the road?
Schnapp. I love him. He's my roommate. I love him, but
he's gotten a few votes this year. I'll tell you that. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got an older sister. Okay. Yeah.
How old is she? How much older?
She's 6 years or 5 years, depends on what. She's December.
Okay.
And then I'm July, so it depends.
Gotcha.
She's single?
She's single.
You better not bring her. The guys, don't introduce him to a hockey player.
Speaking of, I think you got some fans. Someone wants to know: do you ever not smile because your smile is infectious?
No, it's hard. I kind of always smile.
He's got the mustache going too.
Yeah, I got that going. I don't really grow facial hair, so it's kind of hard for me. Not like that.
So we got a question about that down here. It says, Coach, what would it take to make you shave your face?
Oh, that's a good one.
Good question, right?
You know what? We win the championship, I'll shave it. That's the last. I was in France, and I had the big mustache at the time, and a couple other people had mustaches and things like that, and they said, "Would you ever shave it off?" I said, "If we win." And some people had to shave their heads, but I shaved, and so yeah, if we win the championship, I'll shave it all off.
Wow. Okay. Heard it here. Mikey, do you have any pets?
I did. I had a German Shepherd. He just passed, but I'm trying to get another dog, though. I need another dog, so looking for one. If you guys know any rescues or anything, let me know. Okay. Love to pick one up.
Okay. Might have one for you.
Parents are probably going to be too happy with that. But
what's your biggest fear?
Heights. Hate roller coasters. I hate that. Not a fan of those things.
I'm with you.
You know what? I could say a joke, heights, when with him, because I always kind of kid him about his height, and now we just got early on in the season we had Coffee here, who was, I think he was like 6'6", and now we got Josh LaBelle, so we're going to put a picture of him and Josh together. So I think now I understand. So we like to give him a little jab every once in a while about his height. So, but I won't say that.
It's okay.
Okay.
I try not to show these off early, but we did get this one early, so I've let Coach think about this one. This question says, Coach, who is your favorite Thunderbirds fan?
You know, that's a loaded question, okay? And I'm going to go, and I thought about it for a second, and I'm going to have to say my daughter and my grandson and the wife. But you know what, and I've mentioned it many, many times, one of the things that keeps me coming back here and everything like that is all the fans here. So I'm going to just say basically everybody that supports us is a great fan. But if I don't point out my daughter and grandson and the warden, I'd be in trouble, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here either.
Yeah. I asked this sort of earlier, Mikey, but how do you like being a Thunderbird so far? What's the experience been like?
I love it. When I signed here, I got nothing but good things said about this place. The Leonard twins, they reached out to you. They told me right away, this place is a great spot. And honestly, it's exceeded like all of my expectations of this spot. Like, when you come to a new league, you really don't know what to expect. Like, they made fun of me. I called Coach, like, do I need to bring my own bed and stuff? And you really don't know what to expect. And honestly, I love it here, and it really sucks you in here. And I like it in the way that we're treated here and everything. And we got a good like fans and boosters behind us, which you really don't get at certain spots. So I love it.
Absolutely. What's your favorite thing about Winston-Salem? Do you have a favorite thing so far?
I mean, so far it's just the fans and the hockey, but it's still early, so I gotta find my spots. I do have a cafe. It's a Young Cardinal Cafe. That's a good spot.
I've been there a time or two. It is. Coach, we have a question for you. What kind of chewing gum do you like? This fan knows that you were chomping pretty hard on Friday night.
Yeah, pretty well anything. I'll chew anything really. I'm not big on bubble gum, because after about 2 or 3 minutes, it gets so hard. So just any kind of gum I usually chew, and that's one of the things a lot of people mentioned, that they said you were a little uptight last night, and I said, well, how'd you know? And they're going, the gums were going like this, 100 miles an hour, and then you had about 19 cough candies in one period. So they kind of know what. And one night I thought I was pretty calm, and they said, you were really uptight last night. And I said, no, I didn't think so. And they go, yeah, your gum was going like this, and you threw in cough candies like that. So I guess that's a tale of the heart's beating a little bit more than I want to.
Mikey, who's your favorite NHL team?
I mean, I really don't have a favorite team, but I guess I'd go with the Devils, New Jersey Devils.
That was going to be my guess. Coach, what about you?
It's just guys that I've either coached, or like right now I got a bunch of guys that are high up in the Pittsburgh organization, and they're good friends, and so I kind of watch them more than probably other people, because I talk to them quite a bit. So probably Pittsburgh if you had to do it.
Mikey, what's been your favorite hockey moment so far? Favorite memory?
What, this year or just all time?
All time. What's your favorite hockey memory? Maybe not even
favorite
playing.
one probably when they do like a Might on Ice, and they did like whoever like scores a goal or whatever, and I got interviewed, but I had a really bad interview. So when I went out there, everyone remembered me because of how bad it was. So when I was like 8 years old, and they were like good interview mania, and I was like at an NFL or NHL game, so it was pretty cool.
That's good.
What's been the transition from college to pro? How's that been so far for you?
I mean, I love it so far. It's different style of play. Like D3, like NCAA is more like kind of muck and grind, dump and chase. This is more possession and better IQ plays, and I like this style of play a lot more than the college style of play.
What was it like to play with Cade in college?
that was fun. I've been with him. We were in the same class, and we took our 5th year together. He was the captain. I was the assistant captain, and playing with him, he's a good. Doesn't speak that much, but he leads by example, just the way he is.
Another one here. If you weren't playing hockey, what would you be doing?
I'd be racing. I grew up. I got my first quad when I was 3 years old. I grew up racing, like riding dirt bikes and quads and stuff. So I always wanted to do that if I wasn't playing hockey.
Has there been a veteran on the team that's taken you under their wing yet?
I mean, Schnapp's younger than me, but I live with him, and he's been in this league for 5 years. I didn't really know that when I first came in. I thought he was much older than me.
Right.
And then when I found out, and then you got guys like Boots, like right away before I got here, he reached out to me, and having a guy like that is a great leader. Same thing with Gus Ford too. Just 2 guys that just lead by example, and anything you need, they're right there. Same thing with like Whitey too, like right away. He's a little guy like me, so on the ice, I ask certain things with him, and it's a good guy to look up to as well.
And you know, when a young guy says those things, and it makes me feel good, because I know, and I've said this many times about our leadership group, about our older guys. They run the team. They drive the boat, and you know, maybe I might be the captain, but they drive the ship for us, and you know, they take these young guys under the wings, and it's not easy to come into this into our team. As I said, this year maybe a little easier compared to other years when you have a lot of guys that have been around for a long time. So and it's not that they don't like other guys. It's just they're kind of set in their ways and the way we've done things. So, but as I said, the way the young guys and the older guys have meshed in together is, as I said, things I've noticed that other people don't. As I said, I'm really happy the way things are starting to click.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad.
Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill. Relax by our pool and cabana and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
April 21st, 2009. Dear Amy, today your life is going to change forever. At 5 p.m., you will give birth to a little boy, almost 3 months premature. When a doctor tells you that your little baby has a brain bleed. And the hardest part is when you pack up to go home from the hospital, he won't. But he won't be alone. And all the doctors and nurses at Atrium Health are going to take such good care of him. And they'll reassure you that there's no better place for him to be. But as time passes, you'll begin to understand that this child is special. He'll fall in love with soccer, training to someday join the U.S. Paralympic team. This little boy is not only alive, he's thriving. And believe me when I say, everything is going to be okay. How do I know? Because I am you. 13 years later. Sincerely, Amy Wilotica.
And welcome back for the Culver's third period. The Thunderbirds down by a goal at 3-2. Only one scoring play back in the middle period. And it was the IceCats lighting the lamp with under 3 minutes to go at 17:52. The time of the goal for Chance Adrian. Dustin Gisso and Jake Jurgenite assisted. And that's where things stand as we begin the third and final frame of regulation time tonight. Wind City will move right to left in the final 20 minutes. And left to right for the IceCats. Thunderbirds looking to come from behind and sweep an opponent for 2 games in a single weekend here on the season. First time that they would accomplish that if they can do it. Top line will start the period. It's Gus Ford, Roman Kramer, and Jacob Schnapp. That's up on the top line tonight. Here we go. And the final frame of regulation time. The Culver's third period is underway. IceCats pull it back into the defensive end, and they rip it down the ice on the clear. It's in behind the net of Skinner, goes across the far side of the building. Back behind the goal. Here's Marcinkiewicz high in the zone. Dominik Marcinkiewicz shoots one, goes off the glass, stays in play. Now it's Patrick Marcinkiewicz, centers in front of the net there, and he goes to the far side. Still on side here for the IceCats and on goal, and Skinner makes a save. He watches on. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can track this one down. Right now they cannot. It's Konstantin Chernik. Near side corner, no shot. They'll go across on the pass, and they'll drive one wide of the goal. Tyson Skinner will bat it down behind the net. Still in the defensive end for the Thunderbirds. Long shot again. This time it falls down the near side corner. Back behind the goal. PD has it. Chernik is open, shoots it, and it stopped in front of the net after it deflected off a LaBelle. Then it went across the zone, and now it's out from Roman Kramer. So Kramer able to move it. And collected here by PD. They'll circle back with Charlie Bedard. Bedard waits, surveys the rink, and he's still with it. Slides a pass up left wing. He'll find Jake Jurgenite. Back in behind the goal for Skinner. Skinner to Carter, and Don Carter Jr. has room. Here come the Thunderbirds in from center. Jan Salak, but it's way offside there from Mania. And that'll send us to a stoppage with 18:26 left to go. And our Culver's third period. Hungry Thunderbirds fans, nothing beats a Culver's Butterburger. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection and served on a lightly buttered toasted bun. Stop by Culver's at 2973 Fair Lawn Drive in Winston-Salem today. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Thunderbirds will fire it down behind the net. They'll search for it there in the attacking area. Out to center. And this one's going to go by Don Carter Jr. So he will go back and touch the puck for an icing. Actually didn't have to touch it, but now he picks it up and gives it to the linesman. So it's an icing called against the IceCats. Offensive end face-off on the way for Twin City here on home ice tonight. 3 consecutive road games will follow. Beginning in Danbury on Friday, Binghamton on Saturday night next weekend. Jacob Schnapp has left with Cap, so they head over to the locker room. And we'll see if Schnapp returns. Hopefully it's something that they can fix quickly. But Schnapp shaken up. Far side of the building as PD drives it onside. Chopped back behind the net for Pastuca. IceCats in on goal. Pastuca applies a check, and we play on. Timofey Smirnoff steps over the blue line. Long shot as Maney is making a change. That opened things up to the left point. LaBelle scoots over and makes a play on it. From the far side circle. Still onside here for the Thunderbirds. They'll shoot it down low. No one's down to play it, so this will be the IceCats going to make a play on it. Shots are 35-23, favoring PD. Played there with Gonzalez steering into the far side corner. Thunderbirds to it. It's LaBelle. And tried to catch the pass on his backhand and had to regather it out to center. So Nate Keeley jumps in. Throws it back to Dobles. Dobles sees it go down the ice. And icing called against the Thunderbirds. Defensive end face-off for Nate Keeley. And it's taken here by Rivers. He's running two from behind by Dobles. Goes into the corner. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can grab it again. PD has it back behind the goal as they will look to center it. Right now, still in the corner. And Rivers puts it down low back behind the net. There's a hit from LaBelle from behind and a penalty called against Twin City. And so this will send the IceCats to the power play up by 1 here early on in the Culver's third period. And so Josh LaBelle will take a seat. And the face-off won by PD. Top of the far side circle. They move it down in behind the goal line now, looking to go up by 2. And now it's the penalty to LaBelle. Just out of the reach. Patrick's Marcinkiewicz. Eventually they gather in. Razilov eventually over to Wilson. Tried to complete the play to Adrian, standing tall in front of the goal. Held onside though by PD. 95 left to go on the power play. One-timer goes wide of the net. I think that might have glanced off of Skinner. Goes off the glass and goes out to the neutral zone. So Patrick Marcinkiewicz looks to play it ahead. Onside for PD. Far side circle. Now they look to drive it, and they do. Save made by Skinner's back behind the goal. Takes a big bounce, though. And Cade Hanley off the backhand. He'll clear it down the rink. And so halfway gone on the penalty to Josh LaBelle. IceCats look to bring it out to the neutral zone here on the power play. They lead it 3-2. This is Lord carrying the puck. LaBelle called for cross-checking at 3:22, the time of his penalty. Pastuca looked to take it away from the IceCats advancing through the neutral zone of the power play. They'll step onside with it though, near side. Pressure from Salak and Don Carter Jr. Carter Jr. has it and clears it. And now, 23 seconds remaining on the penalty to LaBelle. IceCats go back as they'll drop the pass from Austin Pickford. And swatted at by Keeley. Butita Mike can get to it here. Short-handed. He's found it, shoots it. Save made by Gonzalez, and we play on. As LaBelle standing, pointing, and he steps out of the box. It is a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. PD waits here behind the net. Now they'll use the near side glass to chip it out towards center. Found by Carter. Carter goes off the backhand of the pass. Collected by Smirnoff. Now to Keeley. Keeley onside with Butita. Butita goes in front of the goal, and it goes off the glove hand. His long shot there as Gonzalez saw it going in the corner. IceCats traverse through center. They swing the pass along to Houston Wilson. Wilson stops, and it's found by Zychik towards the goal. Gloved up by Skinner. And that'll take us to immediate timeout with 14 minutes left to go in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds down by a goal, 3-2.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for the Culver's third period. We have 6 minutes gone by in the period. And the same score that we started the period with at 3-2. Shots are now 37-24, favoring the IceCats. And they've got a 1-goal lead. Thunderbirds looking to win for the 5th time this season. And it would be their 3rd win of the year against PD. Bedard stops the progress as the clearing attempt was on for the Thunderbirds. There's a good check from Farmer, and they're going to stop play due to a hand pass. Now Farmer and Ford look over at the IceCat that was pushing around after the whistle. That was Dustin Jasso. And so Jasso is... See, they're going to move the face-off out of the zone here. And they open the penalty box doors. I think they may take 2 players, 1 for each side. Maybe not. I saw the point from the linesman and the off-ice officials that are working the penalty boxes. I think they saw the same thing I did. They started to open up each side, but we play on 5-on-5. And we'll see if the Thunderbirds can find the game-tying goal here in the Culver's third period. 13:33 left in it. It's onside for the IceCats. They look to power their way through the neutral zone. Wilson had it picked off, and now Ford has it. Up the left wing, and missed the pass, though, to James Farmer. Delay penalty against PD. And there's the call. And so Skinner saw it a little bit late, and just like myself, I looked up and saw the arm, and then Skinner started to go, and a penalty call to Houston Wilson. So the Thunderbirds will go to the power play, down by a goal at 3-2. 13:16 left to go in the Culver's third period. Here we go. Nate Keeley, left circle face-off on the man advantage. He wins it back to Yuri Pastuka. He gives to Smirnoff. Timothy Smirnoff. In front they go, and up and out from Keeley. Keeley had Salak open in front of the goal. And eventually they will chip it up and out of play. So things reset, and they'll look to do it again. And that took just 8 seconds on the power play. We're back. Thunderbirds win the face-off. They sit up high here with Yuri Pastuka. They'll move it across the zone to Michael Mania. On the man advantage, they go in front. Save made, rebounds there. They're searching for it after a shot was fired from Jan Salak. Down behind the goal line. Timo Smirnov will find it. Here's Smirnov open top of the left circle. And he gives the pass to Salak. Salak off the backhand. No look to drop it down low to Keeley. Back behind. They'll stretch it out. Far side corner, Pastuka couldn't find the one-timer. Now Mania. Smirnov loads up. Forehand, and he threw it in front of the net looking to make something good happen and find a friendly bounce. And it wasn't there. But the Thunderbirds will hold the line on the power play. It's halfway gone. We got 1 minute left to go in this 5-on-4 man advantage. With Twin City down by a goal. Pastuka looking to tie it here on the power play. Gives the pass to Slok, and he got it back quickly again. Up top, Pastuka slides it across. They go down low to Mania. And it was on his offhand. He had to settle it, and still onside here for the good guys. Here we go. Slap shot towards the net is blocked. That was from Smirnov. Found by Salak. Tired bodies out there for the IceCats, and the Thunderbirds missed the pass. And down the rink it goes. Found by Skinner. And then eventually played to Pastuka. Picked off. Here comes Miguel Diaz shorthanded and on Skinner, and he makes a save on him. Thunderbirds have it. Here they go. Salak crosses onside, stays on his skates after he absorbed a big check across the rink. 11:24 to play in the third period. Another clear. Wilson is standing, and that is going to do it for the Thunderbirds power play. Unable to score, and they remain down by a goal at 3-2. 5-on-5. Here comes Roman Kramer. Crosses onside, and no, they'll call this back at the blue line. 11-11 to play in the Culver's third period. Shots are 39-26. Hey, Thunderbirds fans, got a sweet tooth? Well, Culver's fresh frozen custard is rich, creamy, and made in small batches all day, every day. Swing by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem and check out today's flavor. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Face-offs outside of the attacking area. And here's Roman Kramer to play along to Dobles. Luke Dobles chopped it ahead. And eventually found by PD. Up the wing with speed. Here's skate Scaldy. Scaldy centers in front, and there's a big hit to Trevor Lord, who goes down. Thunderbirds find it. Here they go. Kramer crosses onside. Threw it in front of the net looking for Gus Ford. And that one is stolen away. Here goes Lord as he's back to his skates. 2-on-1 beneath the circles. Now the zone fills up. Lord will fire into the corner. Held onside with 10.5 to go in the period. That one fluttered into the corner. I don't believe Dyson Skinner knew where it was. He sort of reacted like he wasn't sure where that one went, but it was well away from his net. Just went into the corner. Twin City will ice it here. So icing called with 10:20 now to play in this third period. Thunderbirds will play 3 consecutive road games. They'll have 2 up north with Danbury and Binghamton next weekend, and then a road game against this same IceCats team as we'll head down to Florence for the first time this season. And then PD is right back here for the Thunderbirds' next home game 2 weeks from tonight. 6:05, the time of the puck drop. As it's down, they'll look to search for it here, and it's found by Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Marcinkiewicz crosses in front, falling down, he shot it off the glass. And that one will stay onside for the IceCats. Here's Bedard, long shot through traffic, goes into the corner. Thunderbirds do not have it as we hit the halfway point of the third period. They're down 3-2. There's an advancement that's blocked to the blue line. Gus Ford finds it, he flips it out. And this is going to go down the rink, and icing called again against Twin City. And so it's a media timeout with 9:46 left to go in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds still down by 1. We'll be right back.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smiles.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go Birds.
.946 left to go in the Culver's third period. It's a one-goal game at 3-2. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can find the next goal, and then one more after that. As we're back. Out towards center on the clear. It will go all the way down, and once again, the Thunderbirds guilty of icing. Faceoff comes back into the defensive zone following that. So it will be Ford out there with LaBelle, Demke, Farmer, and Pastuca. Gus Ford, and that's not going to work. They got to redo that one. Chance Adrian won it cleanly, and it was so clean that Ford didn't even flinch. So they will do this again. And down it goes, and now we got a legal play. And we play on. Back behind the goal. Josh LaBelle off the backhand. Across they go. Ford catches up to it. Could be a 2-on-1 with Demke. And Ford being hooked through the neutral zone. Got it down low, but IceCats are back to it again. Jake Jurgenite in the near side corner. Found by Charlie Bedard. Bedard goes across. Out towards center. And maybe back to the Thunderbirds. Eventually pinballing around. It will go to Jan Salak. Salak has a couple of IceCats converge on him. And eventually worked away to an open corner to Dustin Jasso. Fires out to center. Wilson has it. Steps onside. They get it back to him. He's open high in the zone. 8:47 left to go in the Culver's third period. Taken away by Farmer. And he got it to Butita. Butita to Salak. And then a change underway as Michael Mania steps over the boards. So they make a swap there. It's Salak, Demke, Butita out there at Ford and playing defense. Smirnoff and Carter. Now Salak is off, and he's replaced here by Keeley. Keeley is now the puck carrier as he has it in the neutral zone, works his way back into the defensive end. They'll give it Smirnoff. Up it goes to Keeley, and Keeley gets it down behind the goal line. 8:08 left to go in the third period tonight. Towards the near side corner, back across it goes, and this is in the IceCats defensive end, and now they'll work it down the rink left to right. Played by Skinner, then to Carter, and then to Smirnoff, and up the wing they go Butita. Butita looking for options. He shoots it ahead, and up and out a play off a deflection from the goaltender, Gonzalez. Out-of-town scoreboard report. Danbury trailing on home ice 3-0. Columbus is leading Biloxi 5-1. Blue Ridge on top of Port Huron 2-0. Monroe leading Athens 1-0 in a tie game 1-1 between Topeka and Baton Rouge. Jacob Schnapp out there again. That's good to see as he left the game. I would assume to need some medical attention quickly. Could have been an equipment issue, but he's out there with now 7.5 to go in the Culver's third period. Petey's onside with it. High in the zone, it's Razilov. Razilov skips it down low. Back behind the net. Dyson Skinner looks on as they'll move it around in the zone. See if the Thunderbirds can find it with Schnapp. They push it up top, though. Razalov shoots it, and a pad save made by Skinner at the top of his crease. Thunderbirds clear it, and icing called against Twin City. Again, 7:05 to play now in the Culver's third period. 41 shots on the board for the visitors. From the face-off, PD to it immediately as they win it away from Gus Ford. Long shot through traffic. Dyson Skinner with a nice save there. Now 7 minutes left to go in the final frame of regulation time tonight. It's still a 3-2 game. 4 goals between these two teams back in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. It was 2-2 after 1, and since then we've only had 1 goal on the board, and it was the IceCats scoring late in the second period with under 3 minutes to go. Thunderbirds will look to track it down far side corner. There's a big battle going for it now. Farmer looking on with Cade Hanley looking to push the puck free. It's trapped along the bottom of the boards right now, just along the kick plate as they kick it back and forth. Now it comes free to Farmer. Farmer evades a check. Salak is run into, stays on his skates. Out to center. Pastuca will find Salak. Jan Salak to the near side corner. Run into a couple of times and still working strong to the near side again. He's moved away from it, stolen away by PD. And they'll lift it out to center. Starting to get a little bit late in the game. 6:10 to play in the third. Plenty of time, but there's not been a lot of goals scored here as of late, as I just mentioned. Mania. They'll nudge it out slowly to the red line, then they'll make changes across the rink. Lifted in onside by the IceCats. Far side corner. Let's see if the Thunderbirds can find it here. They do with Liam Blomquist. Faked one way, went the other way, then he gave it away. And Skinner saw it go into the corner. He pushed it away, and it's out to the neutral zone. Right back the wrong way. Eli Rivers has it now. Hanley plays back to Blomquist. Blomquist goes behind the goal line. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to play in the third period. And the Thunderbirds down in the game 3-2. Down by Blomquist, looking for the captain Butita at center. Right back onside for PD, but they're making changes. And so now Twin City has time and space to make a play on it. Cade Hanley stops behind the goal. Now he starts again. Hanley stick handling it. Here he is in from center. Chips it down the rink. And they get changes back behind the plate. Unable to hold the line. So Carter will skip it onside again. Now Twin City completes the change. And nearly stolen there by Butita. Gus Ford in search of it. Now Butita actually will complete the change as he was the last one left out there. Schnapp on the ice. Schnapp, Ford, and Roman Kramer out there. It's back behind the net for Timothy Smirnoff. Giving away. IceCats to it. 4.5 left to go in the Culver's third period. Razalov, they pass it along. And in it goes. Long shot. 4-2. 4:27 left to go. And so the IceCats able to set up onside, move it around the zone, and they score for the 4th time this evening. Thunderbirds in danger of dropping to 4-8 through the opening 12 games of the year. Face off the logo. And Jan Salak will take it. So we're back with the IceCats finding it in the defensive end. They turn it over, though, along the blue line. And here's Mania quickly up the left wing. Thunderbirds need some offense now, down by 2 in the final 5 minutes of the game. Jan Salak back behind the goal. They'll try to find Pastuca to it. Pastuca, after 2 or 3 slaps along the ice, eventually will make a play on it. And Farmer unable to hold the far side the right point there inside the blue line. So it goes down the rink and played here by Josh LaBelle. LaBelle, a giveaway, just so is open. Top of the far side circle, loads up, fires, saved made by Skinner. And fouled by the Thunderbirds. Here we go with Nate Keeley. Keeley got it right around defender. Nice move, indirect, he went off the boards. Stopped hard on the left foot and gave the pass looking for Gus Ford, just out of his reach. It's a stretch play up the ice, they fire and score. And it's 5-2. And that will likely do it tonight. A goal from Eli Rivers, and Gus Ford so close to making that play on one end, and then it was right up the middle. 5-2. We're back here with the IceCats getting to it from the face-off as they announce the goal. So a couple of goals here in the last few minutes have given the PD IceCats control. Here's a break, another one in on goal. They fire off the forehand, and a good poke check there by Skinner, but he's lost his goal stick. It's now in the corner. And they scramble for it. Skinner's on top of it, and he gets the whistle. So we have 3:10 now left to go, but once again a breakdown up the ice. And that time the Thunderbirds survive. So after the goal from Roman Kramer at 16-14 of the first period, Thunderbirds held off the board. One goal in the second period for PD Chance Adrian. And here in the third period, in the final 5 minutes, it's been Dominic Marcinkiewicz at 15:33, Eli Rivers at 16:29. Defensive zone face-off for the Thunderbirds and the captain, John Butita. Side of the circle, Thunderbirds aggressive to center, and Pastuca got tied up, and I think Twin City wanted a call there. 17 minutes gone by in the third period. Up the rink they go. Salak swings it near side. Butita fires ahead all the way around the boards. A check from Farmer, then he takes one back. Back and forth they go. Farmer throws another one, knocked down from behind. Penalty's called on that hit. And LaBelle will look for it from the pass. Skinner's out of the net. Extra attacker on the ice on the delayed penalty. PD will find it, they possess it. And that brings us to the final media timeout of tonight's game. Thunderbirds, I believe, will have a power play unless anything else is called here. It looks like it'll be a power play when we come back. It's 5-2 with 2.5 to play.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
We're back following the final media timeout of tonight's game. 2:32 remaining. And the Thunderbirds will attempt to sneak Dyson Skinner off. There he goes. had 6. They had too many. So it's a 6-on-4. We saw the IceCats score in this fashion last night with a late power play and the help from an extra attacker. He finds it here in the corner. They have room to clear all the way down. And they can ice it without penalty as they are killing a penalty, attempting to do that. And so the Thunderbirds will go back and find it. Twin Cities down by 3, 5-2. Here's LaBelle on side, quickly driven towards the goal, shut down by Gonzalez. Clear down the ring. Pastuca has to get back here as this one will also miss the net on the long clear. Offside. I thought that was the call, but IceCats find it. And they hold on to it, working it around the zone. Slap shot, and it goes in. And it is 6-2 as PD scores despite being down by 2 players on the ice as they are working around the attacking area. And so it'll still be a power play for the Thunderbirds, but back into the goal goes Dyson Skinner. Twin City will drop to 4-8 through the first 12 games of the year, and the IceCats will find a bounce-back win tonight. They'll be 6-4-1 when this one is over. We're back with 1:45 left to go now in the Culver's third period. Onside for Boutita in the corner. Boutita goes off the backhand, clears it around the zone. It's a 5-on-4 attack, near side for Don Carter. One-timer and a save made, and it looked like maybe it was free, but Gonzalez has it. So after dropping the game last night, Ricardo Gonzalez will win for the 5th time this season and the 30th time in goal in his career. Dyson Skinner will fall to 1-4 on the year. We're back. Thunderbirds looking for it here inside the line. Heavy pressure from the IceCats across the zone. And they'll be able to get the clear. We'll be back here in 2 weeks. 3 straight road games, though, for the Thunderbirds before the 6:05 rematch of tonight's game. That will be again in 2 weeks. Thunderbirds will have a road game against PD before that happens, though. Here's Smirnoff. He's open with 1 minute now left to go in the game. Timofey Smirnoff is open to the left point, slides it to the side of the circle. Mania. Across they go. Boutita steps up far side. Slap shot. They fan on it with Liam Blomquist. It's found by the IceCats, and they will clear it. Not much time left here on the power play. And the Thunderbirds will look to find it. Stepping out of the box will be Rivers. Twin City has it, but it's 5-on-5, and the Thunderbirds down 6-2. Over the blue line they go with it. Late in tonight's game, just a few more seconds left. Side of the circle. Goes high to Hanley. Couldn't get his drive to go towards the goal. Finishes back behind the net. 13 seconds left to go in the game. Far side post to play to Demke. Dion Demke around the zone with it. Hanley loads up, doesn't shoot. Now he does, and off a deflection. Save made by the right pad of Ricardo Gonzalez, and that'll do it for tonight's game. Thunderbirds will drop this one. The final score is 6-2. Final shots on goal showing to us as 49-30. And so it's a win on the road for the IceCats. They improved to 6-4-1. Thunderbirds drop to 4-8. Again, with 3 consecutive road games on the way, beginning with the games next week on Friday and Saturday. Road game on against Danbury on Friday. Road game against Binghamton on Saturday. Thunderbirds salute the home fans here. And they split games on the weekend against the IceCats. And PD with the win here on the road. They will even the season series. So each team through the first 4 games of the season series has now won twice. And the Thunderbirds will head to the locker room across the ice. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We will step aside and then have the post-game show for you here on the broadcast. This will be about the same time as a normal media timeout, roughly a minute and a half, we'll step aside and then come back to recap tonight's game and look forward to the road games next weekend, as we'll have the post-game show for you on the way. Thunderbirds dropped this game. The final score tonight was 6-2.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18 by 18 and 12 by 20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for the post-game show for tonight's game. Kendall Grayson with you as always, and we thank you as always for spending your night with the Thunderbirds, either in the building as fans are trickling out, I'm sure, getting to the radio to turn on the post-game show, or if you were tuning in all night long, all weekend long perhaps, from home. We thank you for doing that. Twin City splits games here on the weekend against the Dee IceCats. Tonight's final score was 6-2. And Thunderbirds got goals in the game from the first scoring play was from the goal early on from Kramer, and they actually have this at the score. As I refresh the online scoring system, they have that first goal scored to Kramer, which is why you heard me pause there. They have it scored to Roman Kramer from Josh LaBelle. And then they've got the second goal scored to Kramer as well at 16-14. So that was originally Josh LaBelle with the goal and then Roman Kramer, but it's been scored to Kramer now. I think that is Josh LaBelle's goal. So anyway, that's the reason that had a bit of a pause there. I wasn't sure what I was looking at there, and so maybe an official change was made, but we'll go with LaBelle for now. So here's what this one looked like on the score sheet tonight. In the first period, it was back and forth, ended up being a 2-2 tie after one. Dustin Jasso started the scoring with an assist on his goal to Houston Wilson. So it was 1-0 for the IceCats just over 4 minutes into the matchup at 4:11 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. So it was it's a 4-goal win tonight, but at that point it's a 1-0 lead at just over 4 minutes into the game. And then Josh LaBelle scoring a power play goal, Don Carter Jr. Assisting and Roman Kramer assisting, but again they've just made an adjustment there on that goal, the official scoring system. So that is the scoring play at 11:57 with the power play goal. PD will get another goal though in the game with Patrick Marcinkiewicz at 14:22 as the IceCats take the lead, and it was at 2-1 at that point. Roman Kramer though scores a big goal to tie the game at 16-14 of the first period, less than 4 minutes to go. Gus Ford and Cade Hanley with the assists on that scoring play. So it's 2-2 at that point. And then we go to the second period. The only goal that was scored in the second period was from PD. They score the final 4 goals of tonight's game. Chance Adrian got the second period goal, and that made it 3-2. That turns out to be the game-winning goal tonight, scored by Chance Adrian. Third period, goals from Dominic Marcinkiewicz, Eli Rivers, and the last goal from Houston Wilson to give us this 6-2 final tonight. And so that wasn't even a empty net goal there at the end from Wilson to seal the win. The Thunderbirds dropped tonight's game. Shots on goal, the final shots on net, showing us 49-30. I think on last glance we had that updated for you online, and we do. So 49-30, the final shots on goal tally for tonight's game. And again, the Thunderbirds will drop this one 6-2. after what looked to be a really exciting first period and a pretty well-played second period, but they gave up the goal, and then the IceCats able to score a few times there in the third period to find a win tonight. Before we go off the air, we'll have one final look at the out-of-town scoreboard report for tonight's game. The Thunderbirds' next two opponents are playing each other tonight, and that's Binghamton and Danbury. Binghamton has a 4-0 lead in the second period over the Danbury Hat Tricks, and it will be Danbury that the Thunderbirds see next on Friday on the road, and then the road game against Binghamton that will follow on Saturday. 5-1 the lead for Columbus over Biloxi in the second period. Blue Ridge leading Port Huron at 3-0. Monroe has a one-goal advantage over Athens at 2-1, and Topeka and Baton Rouge showing to us as tied 1-1 first period between those two teams. So that's it for tonight's game. The Thunderbirds back on home ice again. The next home game will be at 6:05, 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday night. You can get your tickets online at wsfairgrounds.com. You can also go to ticketmaster.com to find your tickets, or call the box office during box office hours at 336-727-2236. I'd like to thank our production staff tonight, which was a one-man show. Cage Irwin with a wonderful job tonight. We thank him for all of his help, and we hope that you enjoyed it on the other side as well. Unfortunately, though, the Thunderbirds not getting the result they were looking for, but we thank you for tuning in tonight. So it's a 6-2 final for tonight's game. We hope everyone has a happy and safe Thanksgiving later this week. And we'll be back on the air next weekend for back-to-back road games for the Thunderbirds. One more road game the following weekend on Friday, and then back again on home ice once again. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Kendall Grayson signing off from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. The final score tonight, it's the Thunderbirds 2,